allowed the two
It's okay. It's okay. Off your mic. It's okay. Off your mic.
Chai! Now wow, people wey suppose talk truth to power don't off mic. And if we talk, now 500,000 they go sama us, call them hate speech. But fear not, Maiyegun don't come. Him go torchlight every corner, nooks and cranny of all these bad people where they spoil our country. So my people make we laugh, oh, yo yo. Maiyegun don't come, oh, yo yo. My people make we shout, oh, yo yo. Maiyegun don't come, oh, yo yo. Maiyegun don't come, man of the masses, oh, yo yo. Maiyegun don't come, oh, yo yo. Maiyegun Diary Politico, oh, yo yo. Maiyegun don't come, oh, yo yo. This one not the off in mind, oh, yo yo. Maiyegun don't come, oh, yo yo. And in the touchlight every corner, oh, yo yo. Maiyegun don't come, oh, yo yo. Okay, some people be they holla say they want the power. Chai. Them be promise us say we go get light and power. Nah. Them hustle sote they can't get the power. But now they know they do anything with the power. Every day dollar just they get the higher power over naira. See them talk say make we off mind. But thank God say Maiyegun don't come. So my people make you laugh, oh yo yo. Maiyegun don't come, oh yo yo. My people make we shout, oh yo yo. Maiyegun don't come, oh yo yo. Maiyegun don't come, man of the masses, oh yo yo. Maiyegun don't come, oh yo yo. Maiyegun Diary Politico, oh yo yo. Maiyegun don't come, oh yo yo. This one not the off in mind, oh yo yo. Maiyegun don't come, oh yo yo. Person where they do evil, no one make person talk. Them say that Maiyegun, that man too they talk. He too they talk. Say Maiyegun Diary, he they hot like pepper. But every day then they take money in bulk. Woman picking they the street they hawk. Still them talk say make we no talk. But thank God say Maiyegun don't come. So my people make you laugh, oh yo yo. Maiyegun don't come, oh yo yo. My people make you shout, oh yo yo. Maiyegun don't come, oh yo yo. Maiyegun don't come, man of the masses, oh yo yo. Maiyegun don't come, oh yo yo. Maiyegun Diary Politico, oh yo. Maiyegun làwa mọ̀, làmọ̀ tó dòdòdò.
Hello there.
Maiyegun làwa mọ̀, làmọ̀ tó dòdòdò. Maiyegun ti dé ọ̀rẹ́ ara lórí Facebook, lórí YouTube. Gbogbo ṣe ń lọ ní Maiyegun dá wa sí. Àṣírí ọ̀dẹ̀lú.
Good morning to you, good afternoon to you, and good evening to you from wherever you are watching from. It is Maiyegun Live.
Wọ́n sì tún ṣe é wàá gbọ́ níbẹ̀ o. Maiyegun Politico.
Thank you very much for joining me tonight. Please, if you can hear me loud and clear, let me know. If the picture is manageably okay, let me know as well. Then read the caption of this broadcast, the description of the broadcast, hear the broadcast, invite your friends, invite your not so friendly friends, and tell them that Maiyegun today.
Àní ẹ̀sùn ra kiri. Ọ̀jẹ̀lú ẹ̀sùn ra kiri. Àní ẹ̀sùn ra kiri. Lórí Facebook.
This is our maiden broadcast from the studio to the world. First broadcast tonight. So thank you so much for being part of it. I mean, all of you who supported Maiyegun when this used to be a dream. Now it is a reality. We are living it now. Hear this broadcast.
Aṣòfin tí ń rúfin o, ayé ẹ̀sùn láti báwo ló ṣe ayé ẹ̀sùn láti ọ̀jẹ̀lú ẹ̀sùn rákì ayé ẹ̀sùn rákì.
So good morning to you once again, good afternoon to you, and good evening to you from wherever you are watching from. It is Maiyegun live. And thank you very much. Sorry, somebody said that today is 26th. I think I'm already living in the ahead of time. Sorry about that. I'll fix that. I'm sorry. So yes, if you have read the caption of the broadcast, okay, that means you have digested what we want to talk about tonight. So thank you. So I'm fixing that. It's fixed. Thank you. So Mazi Nnamdi Kanu was brought to court today. And I think, as majority of us have suspected, Tifnumbu's government is looking for a face-saving sort of a process where it won't look like it was a pure waste of time. And in fact, they have committed a crime against the innocent man they locked up for no reason. So to make it look like, well, it is still pretty much the court case, then the court is going to grant him bail, and then that will kind of be a sort of a leech on him and all of that stuff, right? So it seems it is playing itself out now. Tifnumbu has appointed a different lawyer to begin to undo Mazi Nnamdi Kanu's case, which is like Nigeria versus federal government versus Kanu. So today in court, after the 15th of December, when the Supreme Court said, like you watched the last time, right? The Supreme Court of Nigeria concluded that his kidnapping from Kenya was illegal. His, what do you call it? The revocation of his bail at the time was also not right. However, instead of them throwing the entire nonsense out, they sent it back to the High Court. Now, they now said the High Court had to reinstate his bail. The same bail they gave him, and they decided to kill him. Remember? So that kind of process is what they are now plotting now. So it's going to look like, okay, yeah, the court has granted him bail and all that, right? Let me take you to court. For those of you who have already joined us, okay? Let's start from there. Today in court.
Madam, you're closing our camera.
She wants to do something now. Is there anybody there? Nobody that is coming now. I'm not doing anything now. So, you know, I said now so.
So that's the part I actually love, where, traditional chiefs, cleric from that part of, from Biafra, you will say, and then, family members as well. And it kind of looked well. You know what I mean? Like, it didn't look, it looked better than the last time we saw him. When they said that he was being locked in their solitary confinement, denied access to his medication, access to his own doctor, access to his own prayer materials and all that. When they said they were psychologically torturing him at the time. So it looked emaciated or so. But now it looks better. Yes, March may sound a longer way, you would say, but it's pretty much like probably 4 weeks away. So here is what his lawyer said after that sitting, by the way.
Well, it was tough. There are a lot of issues that arose today that are unexpected, but I'm satisfied the way we address those issues on the spot. A little disappointment remains that the court could not do a bench ruling on the bail application today. See, our client here has been detained for almost 5 years, counting to when he was detained from 2015 to today. So each extra day he remains in detention is a blight on his right to his liberty. So every lawyer should fight to have him enjoy his bail, be granted bail, so he can enjoy some freedom from this almost 5 years of detention and almost 7 years of being in exile. 3 weeks is not too much, but I would have preferred a bench ruling today.
But so far today, the court gave some orders in favor of your client with regards to his change of attire.
Yes.
Which have been wearing since 2021.
Yes.
That is a step in the right direction. How do you react to that?
Well, it is, even though it detracted from him having to wear his traditional clothing. A little bit of victory there is something to be happy about. So at least he can have a change of clothing since he was renditioned in 2021. So we're happy about it.
Last,
So was it?
I want to know the reason behind the change of counsel. Is there a reason behind that? Because Maiyegun.
There's only one reason. Every client everywhere in the world has a right to change his counsel anytime. I may not be the one here on 19th March. By the grace of God, I hope I will be, but it may not be me. That is the right. Clients do have under the law to change their counsel.
So as you prepare for trial, sir, on the 19th, what's your position on the 7 counts that he's going to be facing before this court?
We've always been ready for trial, but as my lord stated, trial is not for us to conduct. It's for the prosecution to conduct. Ours is to do cross-examination and put our defense at the end of the trial. We are ready.
Thank you very much.
The bail application is not meant to delay trial, as the prosecution suggested.
So let me give you the backstory, just to have the understanding of what really went down there today. So what they have done is that you see all those hide and seek. For all these years that they have accused him and locked him up, they have not been able to actually bring any single evidence against him because they have none. What they really wanted is to possibly kill him or lock him away so that the yearning for Biafra referendum and all of these, and then a couple with the generational hatred towards the Igbos, especially by the people that were in government when they kidnapped him, Bokuwari, Malamu, and the rest of them. There was no evidence of anything that he committed any crime. Okay, so they just wanted to lock him away. And their tactic usually is to postpone and postpone and postpone, or not sitting for the trial per se, because the intention is not to try him. The intention is to kill him or lock him away. Now that they have no control over that, Tifnumbu is finding a sort of a less shameful way of getting out of this, because the last ruling was that Nigeria must return Nnamdi Kanu back to Kenya. Nigeria must pay Nnamdi Kanu over 10 billion naira in damages. Yeah? Then if Nigeria have a case against him, they will then have to go through the proper channel in Kenya or any country they want to extradite him from. Once that is done, that is when they can now bring him to Nigeria court. That was the ruling. And that was what the Supreme Court and the rest of them are trying to sort of push around, and end up being like, they didn't lose anyway. Do you understand that? No, we are not losing. We are still in control of it, even though all we are doing remains illegal. So what they have now done is, there seems they won't be having delayed or unnecessary postponement, okay? However, Tifnumbu, who appointed another lawyer representing Nigeria, Nnamdi Kanu even tried to greet him in court today. It was like, hello? And he was like, no, like that. So what they went to do today at the High Court is that we want to, to submit his bail application and say, okay, yeah, we want to apply for his bail. According to the Supreme Court, he already got a bail from this court that the junta in Nigeria couldn't wait for him to have his day in court. Rather, they would rather kill him. So we want to reactivate that. Normally, that action should have been taken just right there, like yes or no, just there. But you know them. They want it to look legit. They want it to look like it's a process. Don't rush us. Anyway, they have postponed that to the 19th of March, which is next month. And we are just 2 days, and that's 21 days away, I think. right? 3 weeks. Good. So whatever arrangement they're going to come up with, right? We are not sure yet. But, you know, the point is they are trying to kind of, like I said, to kind of have their way. So inside the court and outside the court. So whatever was outside, and he had this to say.
Thank you very much, Mr. Sore.
Thank you.
You are not an Igbo. You are not from South, but I can see how the way you come out for your friend, Mazi Nnamdi Kanu. Can you tell us, throw more light?
You see, all of us are human beings before we are Igbos, Hausa, or Yorubas. Sometimes we even change our citizenship. Okay. Some become Americans, British, or Briton. It doesn't matter where you come from. The color of injustice is one. All of us have a blood running in our veins, the same blood. Our hair grows the same way, we eat almost the same kind of food. We just have a difference in our tongue. So the fact that I'm not Igbo, who told you I'm not Igbo, by the way? Doesn't mean that I cannot fight for an Igbo when an injustice is done to an Igbo. Because when they are done with all the Igbos, they will come for the Yorubas. When they are done with Yorubas, they will go for the Judge. When they are done with all the big tribes, they will start coming from small tribes. There is nobody in Nigeria who can tell me that his ethnicity prevented him or protected him from hunger and starvation. None. As we are speaking, we are all going to the same market. We are suffering the same way. We are collecting the same salary. We are living in this hellhole known as Nigeria. So being an Igbo doesn't insulate you from suffering. It doesn't insulate you from injustice. In fact, being an Igbo just subjects you to more of it because Nigeria doesn't believe that an Igbo man deserves justice. But it has also happened to me before. Yes. I met Dasuki in detention. He's Hausa Fulani. So when it comes to injustice, the leaders of Nigeria are united against the rest of us. They use our ethnicity to divide us. Oh, he's Igbo. That's the reason we are dealing with him. Why did they deal with me? Am I Igbo? Or is it because they suspect that maybe I have Igbo blood in me because my brother is married to an Igbo woman?
Okay, like, is there any kind of court hearing today? How do you see?
I was invited to come and observe the court hearing. And I was told by his lawyers that a bail application has been filed so that he can be granted freedom. Nnamdi Kanu was not brought to this country legally. He was abducted, or you want to use a better word, kidnapped in Kenya. Yeah. And put on a plane. The Kenyan government is even saying they don't know how he was arrested in Kenya or abducted. So the process of bringing him to court was illegal. So you cannot rectify that illegality with, another legality, which is bringing him before a court and then trying him for an offense that he has not committed. But let's even look at their own legal system. From the court here of first instance, where he was first brought, the Court of Appeal granted a ruling, a judgment, that Kanu committed no offense. A week later, they went and did their rule, they stayed the judgment. They were afraid of themselves, they couldn't speak the truth. Otherwise, they would have quashed the charges at that level. Go and look at nearly discharged and acquitted Nnamdi Kanu. But I think because of the hands of these people on the ground, a lot of water passes under our justice system bridges. So if you are bringing him to court and you have said that he did not jump bail, that is what the Supreme Court said. Because somebody who is living in his house quietly, respecting the law, and he went and invaded the place and he escaped barely by whiskers, cannot be said to have jumped bail. That's what the Supreme Court says. So if he didn't jump bail, what the judge would have said today, he would not even need another application for a new bail application. It's just to restore that his bail that he was enjoying before the Nigerian army went and violently violated the bail conditions of that period. That's what they should have done today.
So you had an encounter with the security agents at the
outside, yes. I've been having encounters with them since I was in the university.
You were restricted from entering the court.
I was restricted from entering the court, even though my name was on it. And I also had another business in the court, which is to pick up the certified true copies of my own case. Because I want to sue them. I want to sue them for 100 billion for prosecutorial misconduct and wasting of my time for 5 years.
And also seizing your phone today.
They also seized my phone today. But I was able to get my phone back because they still have three of my phones with them. which they might have given to their side chicks. I don't want these phones to go back to their useless side chicks. When they steal your phone, they go and give it to either their children or their side chicks or their wives. So we fought and they gave me back but they didn't allow me to enter to witness the trial, which was their intention from the beginning. I know that even at the Supreme Court, I tried to go to the Supreme Court to witness the judgment. The Supreme Court people did not allow me in. It's the same DSS. How can, and I'm saying this before everybody, Nigeria Bar Association is useless. For the Nigeria Bar Association to allow DSS to be vetting lawyers that are coming to do legitimate business at the Federal High Court, that MBA is useless. But to further know how useless they are, when my case was being tried in this court, the American Bar Association was sending reports involving my case. The Nigerian Bar Association never came to court to witness my trial, even though they have a human rights body, part that is called Stampede or whatever. They are more interested in conferences. They will go from one conference to the other. They don't stand up for human rights. The other time, before that useless Buhari left power, they went and were clapping for Buhari at their national convention. All right, sir, when he said that there's no problem with, violating the fundamental human rights of Nigerians when national security is involved. They clap for him.
Let me interject a little bit. You made mention of the fact that...
Hang on, Mr. Interjector, Abi. So Showore was not allowed in, truly. There was serious drama outside the court. It's something that the DSS, all those DSS guys who have always been like beating him, torturing him, locking him up and all that. It's like every time they see him, they just don't feel comfortable. Let me show you a few of the things that happen outside the court. We'll continue with that he's saying there, okay? Take a look.
You have to listen. Listen to what? We pay your salary.
This is Nnamdi Kanu's trial today. I'm attending, going towards the gate. Hopefully they will let me in.
Good morning, sir.
Yeah, good morning. How are you? Where's our lawyer? How are you?
Hello. Hello, please.
What?
It's your phone now. You can't record me.
No, wait now. Why do you want my phone?
No.
What do you want my phone for now? What do you want my phone for? Don't take my phone. Don't take my phone. Okay, don't take my phone.
Stop recording people.
Let him bring my phone now. Let him bring my phone. No, let him bring my phone. Why are you? No. Don't push me. Don't push me. Let him give me back my phone. Yes. Where's the phone?
Why did you bring camera to this?
Yes. Why are you shouting now?
Why you bring camera to this?
But what's the problem? Why are you shouting? Please give him back my phone. Did I take the phone? Let them give me back my phone. Let's give him back my phone, please. What's the problem now? Okay, tell them to restore my phone. My name is on the list. That's why I came. My name is on the list. But tell him to bring my phone. Why are you always doing this now? Why are you always doing this?
You are always doing this.
She's not recording anything. Bring my phone.
Allah everywhere. So I think they finally gave him his phone. Like he said, he got his phone back. But the drama didn't stop. Take a look.
You have to listen.
Listen to what?
We pay your salary. You have to listen to us.
You pay my salary?
Yes.
Why are you using camera?
What's wrong with camera? If you don't want to be camera, don't come to the public domain.
Why are you covering?
Yes. You have to be covered. Okay. Because we pay you. To cover you. There's nothing you can do about it. Yes.
You are cleared.
No, they have not cleared me now.
You say, come now, let me clear you.
The phone is
it's not there. This is only this is the last page.
Please,
call them again.
Please.
Is this Obidients? Sorry.
How can you be
This is my
working in
case, sir.
a
This is my
sensitive place and you are not picking your phone?
You know who
Bro, hello, officer.
We must collect the phone before we go.
It's just Zimbabwe.
What's wrong with them? Just always acting overzealous.
I'm here with Charade. Please stop to the. Hey, but they are not allowing him here. Please come back.
I'm coming.
can you do this?
We're not going anywhere.
I will collect your phone. Allah is coming. We will collect your phone.
Now reach a country where it's DSS that is clearing lawyers to go and do their job. They finish this country. The NBA not be useless organization.
They are not doing anything about it. It's very well.
NBA is useless organization. Otherwise, it is DSS that will be clearing lawyers to enter court. DSS. What did they say? Who is the person that collected the contribution? Look at it. What kind of thing is this? Exactly. Now get MBA. No, forget MBA. MBA not be appendage of the federal government. Otherwise, DSS will be clearing lawyers to go to work. Seizing people's phone. This is pure illegality.
It's supposed to be a problem for us.
Yes. Long time. Man, you don't get right to seize people's phone. You should know that.
I don't have right
to seize people's phone. I'm teaching you your work. You don't have any right to be seizing people's phones.
Do the video, I will seize that phone.
You know,
do any video, I will seize that phone.
You will lose your job.
Let's see it.
You have no right to be seizing people's
Video
phone.
me, let me seize that phone. Let me tell you.
You have no right to be seizing people's phone.
Video me, I will seize that phone.
She already the problems our people here, Lauren. Or is it just me? Like if I say if you stay longer with those people, as horrible as cold-hearted they are, sometimes you're going to probably develop some level of what do you call that thing again? Immunity at the beginning, immune. Like, what's the worst you can do? They've shot at him. They said, no, we didn't shoot at him, it was tear gas. You shot canister at him, you aim at him and you shot him. Inside court, they choked him. They wanted to kill him inside courtroom, inside court. Judges ran away. I swear, the judge ran away. This show. Somebody collected his phone just about a few seconds into recording the phone, walking into the clearance door. Now, after the whole settlement, he went back to the guy. And it went back to him and said, you have no right to collect anybody's phone. I'll teach you your job. There must be some level of what is the worst you can do now? And that's why some people are saying Tinubu should be grateful that Nigerians are be obedient. Now obedient follow. No be sure. No be waiting with the talk now for the talk. But did you hear where he said DSS clearing lawyers to go and do their job in courtroom? That is the state of Nigeria now. Let's hear the other part of Shore's chat.
Mention of the fact that the way they repatriated Nnamdi Kanu back to Nigeria was illegal, and which was the statement already accepted by the Supreme Court.
Yes.
Donald said, no matter what that illegality means, does not in any way flaw the process that he should go back to the federal high court after the remainder of the state community charges against him. And then the matter was supposed to start on the 8th of February, but the federal government failed to make an appearance, and of course started today, and of course they're listening to bail application. Now the question is, do you think this case that has lingered for 3 years has become more political than
it was political from the beginning? It's just like my own trial too. Treasonable felony, treason. They even accused me of cyber stalking Buhari. When my lawyer, Femi Falana, asked them that, do you know that in this law, the Cyber Crime Act, that the person who claimed to be cyber stalked must come to court to come and testify? Yes. They removed the charges. Because Buhari know the hair work. Buhari has ear infection. How did he know? Somebody who is not even, who's barely absent throughout his 8 years in tenure. So it's the same thing with Nnamdi Kanu's case. What is he asking for? He's asking that, he's agitating that they want to leave Nigeria. Everybody, as I keep saying, is agitating to leave Nigeria. Is that you are leaving, you are agitating to leave as a group, or you live on your own, which they call Japa?
Yes, now Japa.
That is secession.
Yes, now.
Japa is just legitimate secession from Nigeria.
Yes.
Where you go, and as soon as you reach that country you are going, you said, I'm renouncing my Nigerian ship.
Yes.
That is secession on an individual level. So if you are not stopping people who are doing Japa at the airport, why do you want to stop Nnamdi Kanu who says, I want to live with my people?
Yes.
And if you don't want them to live, give them what they want.
Yes,
justice. You can't keep perpetrating injustice on people and think that
they'll just fold their hands and watch.
So what is that justice?
Justice is to allow Nigerians to come together and discuss the future of this country. And that future must include a brand new constitution, not this military constitution, that the fake one that they are using since 1999, which was promulgated by a decree. Are you getting my point? So that is justice. If that new constitution is made, the constitution can then decide. The constitution can then decide that there will be a clause in the constitution. Are you paying attention? That there will be a clause in the constitution. And that clause will be that if anybody wants to succeed, you go into a referendum. Are you getting my point? Yes. You go into a referendum. There is a clause in the British Constitution that any of their component members can decide to leave if they want after a referendum. Scotland did it before they failed. They are still planning it again. Let the people decide whether Nigeria run for office. Is that we know that Nigeria is manageable and justice can be done because an average Igbo man is looking for how to do his business uninterrupted and making money. In fact, Igbo land is too small for Igbo man.
So what you're trying to say is that just a marriage by force.
It is marriage by force. Nigeria is a transaction of the British. There's no question about it. In 1901, Nigeria was registered as a business. And, you know, by Sir Gordon, a British man. It was registered as a business. And it was in 1914 that they decided to add the two together. One in the north and one in the south. So, there's no question about it. It's not a crime to tell the truth that Nigeria is a transaction. And if those people who are engaged in that transaction are tired, they can leave. But besides being a transaction, even if Nigeria were to be a solid country, and people are tired of it, people can leave. People can jump anytime. Anytime. I spent 20 years abroad. Come and question why I'm there now. Anytime I like, I come to Nigeria. I only spent 2 weeks in Nigeria for 20 years. Yes, between 1999 and 2019, when I was arrested and detained here. Since then. But guess what? Because of my interest in Nigeria, I did not change my citizenship. I'm still in Nigeria. When they seized my passport, I just got my passport back 3 days ago. Since 2019. They seized it in this court. One judge. The judge is no longer here. Justice Ojukwu. Are you getting my point?
Yes.
So nobody can force anybody to be together. Nigeria is like a marriage. Even in marriage, even if your wife says he likes you and you don't like her anymore, you go for divorce.
A divorce.
If your husband says I can't do without you and the wife is tired,
yes,
you go for divorce. So how can somebody force people to stay in Nigeria when they say they want to leave? But here is my position. I don't want Nigeria to break up because I like Nigeria and Nigerians. Well, let me rephrase it. I like Nigerians, but I no longer like this Nigeria.
The name Nigeria.
Yes. So, and these are the revolutionary changes that we advocate for. And that's why I met Kanu in New York. What he told me is the reason I come to court every day. You know, before, under Buhari, if I came to court, they bring knife to come and stab me. They beat us up. But now they can't do that anymore. They are using the DSS. DSS beat us up today in front of the court.
The evidence is there. The evidence is there.
They collected my phone, 2 of my phones. But I decided that unless they return my phone, I'm not good. Because there are 2 other phones that they stole from my hotel room in 2019 that we can't find now. So they have given me back my phones. And we are fine. I'm going to collect my CTC. But let me use this opportunity to call on Nigerians that there's going to be a major protest tomorrow. Heavy one.
Heavy.
Is to end hunger and starvation. That one, nobody can collect your phone.
Thank you.
It will be massive.
Thank you very much.
Sure. It's true. There was a protest in Nigeria today where even in Lagos, the locals too were also, they were screaming a beam power. In fact, their protest in Nigeria is now kind of hashtag hunger protest. I want to show you this again. The highlight of today's courtroom, so for me, I don't know for you, was actually this.
Amen.
Sorry.
So yes, we all look forward to the 19th of March, when we believe his bail application, the bail application and all that will be granted. And then, like I said, I've always been saying, we will take it on from there. So thank you for that. So let's go to the next one. Sifnumbu, who was told that they were busy in Qatar, don't come, please, we are busy. Sifnumbu said he will still visit Qatar. Okay, that yes, they said there won't be time for investment summit and all that. Okay, but fine, but I can still visit. So he insisted. Within 24 hours, they managed to get the Qatar to change their mind. They said the headline was like a Qatar make U-turn now to host Tifnumbu and his investment summit. So everybody should probably go and grab their own pen and paper so that you can keep record of what that's going to cost you, because it's also coming back with zero. You know that? Zero investment. However, Tifnumbu, like people before him, like the rogues and criminals before him, said to rescue Nigeria economy, he has now put together a team called the tripart or something like that, economic team, and this comprises of people like, includes people like Dangote, Boa, Elumelu, and the rest of all those crony capitalists who have held you all in your jugular economically, at least for the past 10 years. The real people behind your economic woes, those who help them launder money, and those who help them clean the same laundered money. I mean, these are the guys who are the procurer of singular importation duty license, singular refinery this, and all of that stuff, right? They are now the people who Tifnumbu has put together, and it was a breaking news in Nigeria. And this is what he told them.
Like I said many times, the people of this country are only the people we have to please. And we are very much concerned, from the students to mothers, fathers, the farmers, the traders, and realizing that every one of us, we have to fetch water from the same well. We are looking for additional efforts that might help the downtrodden Nigerians, and we will provide that hope and the assurance that the economic recovery is on its way. We are not saying that we have all the answers, but we will not be blamed for not to try. We assure Nigerians that we will do our best to get our Marshall Plan in place and fashion out the best economic future for this country. I thank the organized private sector. My friend and brother Aliko, Samad Boa, Tony Lumelu, Koladishina, and many of you. I really sincerely thank you, Bismarck, Rewani, and Our Lady. I mean, good job. Provocative and thought-provoking challenges for our country.
If we lend ourselves to innovation, we can create wonders. Here is a successful, again, a town hall, different from Bulaba.
Blue, Bulaba. Let me give you this. You see, I won't say Nigerians now. I'm going to say Abobakus. Because Abobakus are special breed. They are those who survive. These are they're like those who were suffering from the Buhari-titis. So there was this disease that it was like a pandemic that spread through Nigeria at the time. So it was called the Buhari-titis. Now, as Buhari-titis, right? It's something. It's like a brain degenerative virus. Okay. And if you are a Buhari idiot, you probably suffer or suffering it. Now, you see those ones who are now the bad idiots, the bastard. Those ones are like a demutated variant of Buhari-titis. Is worse than Buhari-titis. I don't know if you understand that. It's a disease, like, you know. So if you see any Buhari idiot, or if you see any Lagos Abobaku, Shogbu Alimajiri, and all these guys, if you really see them, they act similarly. They think similarly. They don't actually really think. That's an exaggeration. Some of them believed that, that's a very smart idea. Omo, you know, say Lumelu is a billionaire. Dangote is a billionaire. Bua, Samad is a billionaire. This one is a billionaire. Or if all these people just give Tifnumbu $1 billion alone, Nigeria economy is better. Omonyo ni debate idiot you. May you never give birth to a child suffering from hepatitis. That's new. It is a mutated variant of, it's like COVID. You guys, worse. Meanwhile, when you take a look at the picture, I can pick out two names. And this time around, it's going to be like being very fair. Dangote is a quota system billionaire. All that money that you are seeing around him, they've always been the establishment money run through him. And that is why Dangote never in any way benefits you economically in Nigeria. Is a total rip-off. That is why. It's not because for you. It's not a business that you say a Nigeria business. Dangote refinery alone took over $10 billion from Nigeria Central Bank. Now them ruined Central Bank of Nigeria. All this naira dollar that is beyond everything that you can't buy anything right now, right? Now this Dangote of this world, Joe, and many others that walked through him as well. Billions of dollars of Nigeria money went through that without any trace. Or they are not showing us the traces. You know Dangote now. The same way they build refinery, constantly get the license to import fuel. Ask me, those of you who were not from this Indomie generation, when Lagbaja said 200 million mumu, you Indomie generation may find that offensive these days. But when he said it at the time, a lot of people kind of felt offended too. Now, the country then that allowed those rogues of the time to do what they did And the result that most of you are the Indomie generation are kind of the generation that was able to buy you Indomie while they were building this future for you. All of you will be Indomie generation. I cannot even afford a pack of Indomie. You know that? So it's never beneficial to you. That's one. The recent escapade of Elumelu is enough to give him up. His own. You remember when he met with Tifnumbu and he called him the last man standing? That was Elumelu. Finally, Baba, we know where money there. We can take you there, but you go give us cuts. Elumelu was the one that facilitated the deal that Nigeria used $12 billion crude oil for 3.3 billion naira. $3.3 billion loan. It was Elumelu. For that deal alone, he probably made over $400 million. Yeah, from it. And that is even just like for just making sure that the money gets to their hand. In 5 years' time, Elumelu could make more than $2-3 billion from the deal. And what is that deal? The deal to sell off Nigeria crude oil that they use as collateral for the money Elumelu process. Elumelu is in the economic team of the Tifnumbu to fix Nigeria. Listen to them after the meeting. They also came out after meeting Bulaba. Here, listen. And like I said, when I see all these faces, I see those behind your economic woes. You don't have to agree with me. The Shege will explain it better. But listen to them. They are promising you they will fix it. We are going to work. Mr. President has told them idea. We are fetching water from the same well. Blah, 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 blah. I want the people to know that hope is coming. Help is coming. That's in May 2000. So that's in February. Since February. In fact, what am I even saying? Since December or January 2022. Hope is coming. Renewed hope. Hope is here. And all of that. Today, February 2024. These are the people who are now going to help him bring the hope. Hope is coming from these ones.
Who goes first? Message of hope and unity. All right, thank you so much, sir, for the time. You have just met with Mr. President. This looks like a very important meeting, going by the people we have here. What about this meeting, sir?
No, I think we had a very, very good meeting, and what we discussed is generally about the economy, food security, security of the nation. We discussed everything in detail, and I think there is the economic, presidential advisory which has been set up, and I think this will look at all the issues and address them. Coming from creating job creation, coming from food security, coming from also reflating the economy. So all these things, they've been discussed in detail. I can't give you all the details right now, but we are hopeful, and we're a great nation. We have what it takes to turn around the economy, and we're going to do that.
Alhaji Aliko is confident that we're hopeful, and Nigerians are indeed expecting things to get better. What should Nigerians be expecting from this meeting?
I think, well, as has just been said, it's a tripartite meeting, and designed to, put heads together and to think together. They will have one national economy, and it's the responsibility of the 225 million Nigerians to work together to make it great. And we have all the potentials, and we have all that it takes to make Nigeria, get right through these turbulent times and put the economy back on a sustainable keel. I think there is a unity of purpose, a determination, the sense of patriotism and determination by all to make it happen. And by the special grace of God, it's now the execution. Once it's all got done, executed, and this becomes a standing committee that will be meeting from time to time, to evaluate how things are going and make recommendations to Mr. President and to the nation as well.
It was open, it was frank, and it was exhaustive. And some of the issues we discussed, for example, like the foreign exchange rate, which we know has always been the problem. The for the past 2 or 3 months, we have discussed on how to, bring the foreign exchange, the rate down, because we all know that what is happening in, as regards the foreign exchange is artificial, is manipulative, and thank God, the CBN, is doing quite a lot now. The exchange rate has come down from 17 to, 18 to maybe 1615 now. And as we all know, everything in Nigeria is indexed to the foreign exchange, especially when it comes to, stuff that we import into the country.
I leave this meeting with a lot of enthusiasm, excitement, and optimism about the future of our country. I believe that implementing the decisions we arrived at today will help propel our economy and help alleviate the poverty in the land, help create employment, and help put food on the table.
As a governor, I can assure you that all hands are on deck. All governors have resolved to join hands with Mr. President to ensure that you provide the necessary intervention to cushion the effects of what we are going through, whilst we are waiting for the implementation and the evidence of the fiscal and monetary policies that are already in place. So the teaming public should have that confidence that we are not leaving them alone. In my state and in other states, we are bringing in rice, we are bringing in food items, and we are selling at rates that obtained before, the downslide of the naira. So we are going to be doing all those kind of things to bring succor to the common man until when you begin to see the evidence of the fiscal and monetary policies. Thank you very much.
We will work with you to build a Nigeria that is not corrupt. I bring you a message of hope.
We are going to spend a lot of resources on education.
I told you to take a look at all those faces. Yeah? You saw Solu Dump. The one that was going to turn Anambra to Japan. When they built shrine inside there in the middle of the road, is calling it a roundabout. Abina that one, dubious dapo. Who no dubious dapo to real long? That guy, the Ogun governor, dubious dapo with that, you know what I mean? He is one of the crookedest of the crookedest of the crookedest of the crookedest baba, the crookedest bobo, the crookedest. Like if you know how, like if you want to see the worst of the crooked, that's a dubious dapo. That guy should be in jail, serving lifetime in jail for financial, financial corruption, financial terrorism, and other things. And I'm not making it up. Here you get. If not because Nigeria is a place where criminals are always rewarded, not punished. That guy is the owner of Aiding Oil, the one indicted to have collected hundreds, of billions of your money. In fact, hundreds of millions of dollars as a subsidy money paid to him that he never delivered shishi. It was under probe. In fact, it was supposed to be standing trial under Goodluck Egbere Jolantan if he came back in 2015. I mean it. His company was among those, listed as those who were stealing those, that subsidy money that made Jonathan to say he wanted to remove it and give that money to the people. But, Nigeria is Nigeria. The guy managed to find his way into APC. Then found his way and he became the Ogun governor. Long story, that's not about him, but that's the guy who is promising the people that they are working with Tifnumbu to turn around. Baba, almost 1 year, they are still working to turn around Nigeria for you. And guess those who are turning Nigeria around? The same criminals. As for Dangote and his likes, these are the career beneficiary of waivers. Part of what these guys enjoy that Nigeria loses money for is waivers. It's pretty much like subsidy. So waivers on this, waivers on that, they don't pay that. Okay? And Nigeria loses money. Then they are also, because they are large, they use their firms for money laundering, by the politicians. Dangote's headquarters in Lagos was invaded just about 2 or 3 weeks ago, remember? He was begging, he was pushing to have an audience with Tifnumbu over this central bank investigation. But people will empty your central bank or help the politicians to empty your central bank. Now them come together now. They want to create jobs. They want to bring down dollars. They want to bring this. Dollar come down. Price of bag of rice no come down. What do you call that? Voodoo economy. Voodoo economy. Even if they sell dollar for 1,000 naira in Nigeria, you'll still be wondering, how come a bag of rice is over 80,000? How come it's coming down small? Are you right? Anyway, those are the people who wants to come and help you rescue Nigeria, but I don't think people have much patience there anymore, right? Take a look at this. These are people in Lagos who are shouting that, oh, more. This is day one of NLC warning strike, by the way. Remember? Yeah, they have a warning strike today. Tomorrow is another day. But for today in Lagos, take a look. So it was pretty much peaceful, I think, and it is tagged hunger protest. So Tifnumbu has inaugurated a committee or tripartite to look into your issue and create jobs and bring all of that down and whatever it is. I don't know what clip this is. I'll show you. So you remember they said that 7 people died in Lagos 3 days ago because they were trying to buy the cheap rice that Nigeria Custom was selling, the forfeited imported rice. So when people heard that they could buy an half bag of rice for 10,000 naira, which in today's world is actually like, is that $10? $5? Maybe $6. So things are that tough. For those who captured that scene, this seems to be one of those scenes as well. So take a look at this. Just quickly. my people. Anyway, rest in peace to the to those who lost their lives in that chaos. I mean, what an horrible way to go. Like, imagine you just be surprised, say, "Oh, man, rise, I won't go by." Or what did they do here? You know, that kind of thing. Like, you just die like that, and then you open your eyes and you're like, my bag of rice. Or maybe you are even holding bag of rice like that. And they're gonna say, where are they? Where is this place? Yeah. Come forward, come forward, come forward. And you're like, no, now rice, I won't go by. Like, it's such an horrible way to die. If you ask me, dying in such a stampede because they probably wanted to get something for their children, family. And you just die like that, you know, just see the rice like that, and then boom, you die. Anyway, people have died. People who shouldn't have been dead, they are dead today. And courtesy, horrible system that continue to kill our own populace, unfortunately. Now, we are going to go to the Labour Party part of this chat tonight, but I think we should be very clear here. And I think some of you are beginning to sort of say that to yourselves too. I know it's so hard to separate, okay? Or maybe it's not, maybe it is. For others, I'm talking about the Labour Party mess, financial impropriety, accusation, allegation after allegation. And in fact, it has gotten to a stage where the Obidients themselves are sort of working on how to distance themselves from the Labour Party. Because a lot of them have never shied away from telling us that now Obi, then they follow no be Labour Party. And of course, some people don't want to agree with you on that. However, there is a lot going on I want to share with you. I'm going to start with Obidients. You remember this guy? Yeah, the same guy who said they are not like targeting Obi and all that. So meanwhile, this was just a few days before the presidential election in Nigeria. So that is the Obidients, a Labour Party supposed member or leader, I don't know. But you know, one thing is that for those who understands, or probably for those who knew Nigerian politics very well, they will know that you only have two political parties. Others, they are the appendages, chapters, mini chapters or branches of the two major parties. Meanwhile, the two major parties is also one, because if you take a look at them very well, you realize that they do not really look different. They are the same in almost everything, right? I know some of them will say, no, PDP is better than Walatienia. Okay? If PDP was better, APC will not happen. Don't deceive yourself, okay? So just know that if PDP was better, APC will not happen to you today. Anyway, more will leave that one. So, a lot of people know that. So, if you want to join Nigerian politics, for for those who are like naive, for the ignorance, for the non-initiates, give me other kind of a description I could give to those who are newbies in Nigeria, and you just got attracted to their politics and you delve into it. They say, no, don't go PDP, don't go APC, go and look for these smaller parties. The people you are going to meet in those smaller parties, they have their loyalties to PDP, APC, and in most cases, just the party in power. Share you guys now. But I think Obi and his Obidients, they were just too big that they managed to drown some of these clowns. And in fact, it's probably changed the mindset of a lot of them who really wanted something done than being appendages to other bigger parties. And the crisis of, you want to hijack our party, we are the one in charge, we are this or that, accusation every day, allegations every day. All of this was because Obi decided to take all of you Obidients to Labour. Now the Obidients are saying, well, since their law in Nigeria allowed them to start their own political party, now they have started that journey. I just thought I should tell you. And I'm going to take you through all of that this evening. But you see that Obidients, where I want to start from, has come up with another allegation. You don't understand how this I followed their case, okay? I did. And I remember that the last judgment, which is that of the Supreme Court, was that Apampas, Arabambi, and the rest of them, they are not leaders of Labour Party. I remember that. And Abure was confirmed, Abi. But these guys continue to pop up. They are not going to court anymore. They are going to media houses. They're working with the DSS. All of this has made the Obidients feel like we don't want to be part of this anymore. And like I said, the journey has started. But he just made an allegation. And that allegation is that he's fanning that usual known tribal ethnic fire. These are miserable, unfortunate human beings that their politics is not really noticed except when they go down that dirty, dark route. I'm glad that a lot of people are so wise today. A lot of you are more aware today than you were before. And you could see a charlatan from far. Eh? So here is what this guy dropped at the Arise News earlier. Then we'll go to this program in Abuja before we take us tonight. Listen to this, so it might get you upset. I want to tell you that some of those hatred that you see online, some of those, all those vile comments, vile statements, and incendiary statements made against tribes, especially made against the Igbos, that is so constant and regular. A lot of you have been made to believe that attacking the Igbo, or because you read somewhere or you see somewhere where somebody says something about the Yorubas, and to you, majority of you ignorant dumbos, right? Anybody that is living from after Ore, Abo, and beyond, they are all Igbos. Therefore, if you encounter any name that sounds like, oh, this one is not Yoruba, then they must be Igbos. And to you, you are defending Yoruba land. You see, all those vile nonsense that a lot of you have become accustomed to. I'm not intending to change you. You will disgrace yourselves when people are more aware of your stupidity and ignorance as well. Listen to this. Oh, all those things that people say online, they hear them from their uncles, their aunties, people like this madman that is given the airtime to spew this nonsense. None of them is factual, okay? But I want you to pay attention and see what their useless politics has become, right? Listen to this.
No, Charlie.
I have to say something as well. For those who know very well, people knows that when Peter Obi was saying he wants to be president, there was no any known Igbo elite, Igbo business or businessman or woman, Igbo politician that is actually like one of their high-ranking ones that ever publicly associates with him. When Yorubas are Fenifere, and then the Middle Beltans and the Northerners who are part of his team, when they were actually flying him everywhere, when they are following him everywhere. How Obi now became Igbo agenda is because the propaganda of making it so came from people that campaigned on ethnic supremacy, awalokon, religious supremacy, infidel versus the righteous. So when they brought in their Muslim, they started accusing all of you who rejected Muslim as people who hated Islam and people who are promoting religious division in Nigeria. Remember? When they started telling everyone who is not, anyone who is Igbo and is not voting for Tifnumbu, should stay in their houses or be killed. Igbos must leave Yoruba land and all that nonsense, right? When they were it's so sad, by the way. Like, anyway, I'm gonna leave it at that. Anyway, so let's push it forward, right? So we have those who championed racial, ethnic, divisive rhetorics, only for them to turn around and say, Maybe all the Igbos, they voted for Obi. All the Igbos, it is a Igbo agenda. It's a eating agenda and the rest of it. You are there, you are watching. You're like, it's true. It's true. I don't understand all these Yorubas who don't understand that Peter Obi agenda. Meanwhile, we saw, so you saw the propaganda that changed all of that, Abi. Even my own very good friend actually believed that Peter Obi's agenda is Igbo agenda. This is somebody who actually is very vast in Nigeria politics, but you know how that feels? But it is a propaganda that suits the biases of a lot of people. The same one I call the Cold War after the 1970, no winner, no vanquish nonsense of go on. Our aunties, who were younger then, they grew up to become our aunties and our uncles today. And they are those who have sustained that Cold War till today. And we are now watching them in 2024 when the same country has never shown anybody that your tribe, your religion, and what have you will give you any preferential treatment economically and others. None. Then you see somebody went on TV to say this. Like I said, it's not fact, but it was like, oh dear, man. Irritating.
No, actually, we are not quarreling over money. Our issue with Abure was their attempt to Anambralize, Immonize, and Abianize Labour Party. They want to immunize us, they want to Anambralize us, and they want to Abianize us. That was our issue with Mr. Peter Obi, which he failed. If you look at around today, every of his spokespersons, they are Igbo people. They don't want the Niger Delta, they don't want Yoruba, they don't want the Hausa. And that is what we are telling our president candidate, no, you can't have your way like this. So that was the principal focus of our crisis with them, because in our campaign council, they brought up manner of people from BDP. They were now feeling like a think God, and we told them that, come, go and sit down somewhere. You don't just come here and think everybody here will, at your beck and call, when you ask us to stand up, we stand up. No, that is the primary reason. It was later, all this forgery, came in, until when we are now able, Labour Party, we won't allow anybody to reduce Labour Party to regional party as in the present constitution, because you have around Abure, Igbo, just Igbo nation. But we love them, but they should not come and tell us that we are inferior. That will not stand. We will fight it even to egg, if time permitted us. We will go to World Court over this, World Court over this matter. Except we were giving our rightful recognition, we will not allow them, because Mr. Peter Obi has an opportunity to unite all of us. But Abure, I don't know how Abure managed, to take Mr. Peter Obi to his side. I don't know Abure manage that. But we will continue on the path of law, and until when the right thing is done. Look at it now. Ms. Oluchi came on here, and within 3 days, the campaign council releases the assessment of account. Abure came and said he gave them 700 million. But that 700 million doesn't reflect in the one they gave. Things like that. I mean, are normal. When people talk, call them as a father. Oh, gentleman, you, by my right, by my left, let me sit in the middle. Abure present your case. Ababa present your case. But today, look at what we have. But for financial reason, look at the way they are treated. We are not working for Tinubu, but we are just suffering over the lies people are betting against us, that, oh, they are from Tinubu, go and bring money. We are not working for Tinubu. I've never met Tinubu. I didn't vote for him. I voted for Peter Obi. I voted for Labour Party, all of us. We voted for Labour Party. But today, they just tag God, simply because when you want to kick a dog, you give that dog a bad name. But we must continue to align with the constitution of the Federal Republic of Nigeria. Because when a matter is pending, and that matter not be decided, I think it is fair, it is just, it is moral for the person that judgment was given against to respect it. And if Labour Party will continue this path, I am making this assertion, we have no right to query any form of injustices in Nigeria. If we cannot follow justice, if we cannot follow a simple judgment, then whenever any corporation, federal government disobey a court order, I think we don't have any moral justification to talk.
Okay, as we begin to wrap up, are you saying that the crisis in the Labour Party is down to ethnic conflicts, Yoruba versus Igbo? But just to remind you again, that Julius Abure is not Igbo. Julius Abure is from Edo State.
Uromi,
so are you saying,
the Igbo side of Uromi?
Are you saying that Mr. Peter Obi, who has held a press conference to ask for audit, transparency, is part of the problem? Because you say they have hijacked the place with Igbos and PDP Igbos, you know, and trying to push other people out.
You see, the managerial ability that Peter Obi lack is what is causing this problem today. And I want to advise him, he should stop putting Igbo on other regions. The matter in Labour Party is question of ethnic conflict. Let me tell you, if Apapa is an Igbo man, Obi will have accepted him. Look at when we have been talking about this fraud. Obi didn't talk until when an Igbo woman challenged Aburi. Then the third day, he came out to say, oh, look at the same of account. No, Nigeria is not about that. We ought to have only gotten. You understand? Above all this, pedestrian, you need to behave like a true Nigerian. When you are a infraction committed against a Yoruba man, against an Ijaw man, or against, a Hausa man, you that, want to rule Nigeria, you must exhibit that leadership trait. Not that when two people come to you and one is an Igbo, you speak Igbo, you just throw the other person and say, okay, this person is correct. Oh yeah, let's go. I put it to them. In all the WC that Peter Obi met, the vehicle that Innocent Motor said he want to supply the Labour Party, why only give it to the Igbos among us? Only the 5 Igbo are the one they gave. The rest, whether you are from Ijaw, Abure can come, or all of us, we know ourselves, we are 17 when Peter Obi came. Nobody from the Ijaw, nobody from the north, even secretary, the president secretary of Abure, they didn't give him that vehicle. That's the Farouk. They didn't give Farouk that vehicle. It's only the Igbo they donated that jeep to. It's only the Igbo among us. What is the meaning of that? We can't continue like that now. Labour Party is not a regional party. It's not a regional party because why would you, as a person, we've been shouting about this fraud, we got this, you didn't talk. Until when a fellow Igbo woman now say, oh, Abure is a fraudulent person, you now say, oh, you are calling for forensic audit. And Dr. Bati, what Peter Obi gave us that day is far from the truth. We have $50 million donated to Labour Party. We have money from diaspora that was donated to the Labour Party. They also need to tell us, I know that money is in Fidelity Bank, but they need also to come out clean. They need to come out clean, but that money belongs to Labour Party, not to them. Mr. Obi has not been flying private jet before now, but today he goes to buy a private jet. People now carry it back for him, but during that election, you will see him, taking his bag by himself. But today, where did he get money to be flying private jet? Because he has been accusing other people of flying private jet. But today, he's also flying private jet with which money. We all need to sit down. If they want the crisis in Labour Party to abate, all of us will sit down as co-owner of Labour Party because we are all stakeholders. You know that somebody will say, oh, because I am this, I don't want to listen to you. I am that, I don't want to listen to you. We can't go into 2027 like this. You go.
Nuisance Lele. Nuisance Lele.
I told you that if you watch that video, it's going to be cringy, okay? It's really, really like, embarrassing. I mean, see somebody who boldly, how much they give him, how much Dapo gave him. This is supposed to be them. The only two of them be Labour Party in Ogun State. I have known this guy for the past 10 years. He's a jobless person, individual. So seeing him on TV because of this labor, that I was like, Araba miti jackpot, yo. Peter Obi go join Labour, where this political jobbers, ass leakers. This one's like they are always for the highest bidder. Araba miti jackpot. And it didn't take long. Man, did you see did you hear all he said? He's now saying the problem in their party is because Peter Obi is putting Igbos over others. That Peter Obi surrounds himself with Igbos. And they said, but what is Abure is from Uromi in Edo State. Igbo side of Uromi. Uromi get Igbo side. Is because they have their audience. So it is the narrative they want to push. That thing he went to say there is saying them for the Agbadorians. Is that not what they have been saying? Peter Obi is this, Peter Obi is that. Meanwhile, for those who actually know, just for the record though, someone shared this and it's a fact. Okay? Now if you see Peter Obi, these are the people you're going to see him with. And these are people who actually worked with the Obidients, not Labour Party. Dele Farotimi will tell you, in case if you have forgotten, it will keep reminding you that he belongs to the Obedient movement, is not a member of Labour. And the only Igbo here is Kenneth Okonkwo among the Obedients in there. Now, just to put the fact out, okay? It's not as if that person, that individual kind of deserves that, but that's how propaganda flies. Your bias is that egos always feel superior. Then somebody came out and said they have been treating them like they are superior to them. I mean, come on. If these people have no... By the way, they are not speaking for Yorubas. So I'm a Yoruba man, and there are millions like me that will never think like that, a jobless, hungry fellow. Never. There are millions like me. It's unfortunate, isn't it? So yeah, let's now go. It's like the Obedient themselves are tired of them. They are considering starting their own political party. So they called it, they called a meeting in Abuja today, and they called it, they tagged it, Redefining Our Options. And I want that to be part of the broadcaster tonight as the diary, you know. So let's start with this. Let's go in there. What is redefining their future? What do they mean by that? Let's go into that all.
Africa's most prolific politician. Abuja, Nigeria, Africa,
I just want to save us from any copyright what have you. That's the music, right? Now let's go into that place where few people actually spoke, and it is what they had to say that I want to keep in the diary today, because I mean, you know me, can always take them on it in the future. So thank you so much, by the way, to all of you who have been with me tonight. It's our first night in the studio, and I know a lot of you just dived into it. You didn't even probably care. Mind you, I would like your feedback concerning the audio, concerning the video, the picture, so that if there's any kind of things I still need to do, I can work on them. So thank you so much that you are still here. Please like the broadcast. You need to leave the comment section for a second or 2 minutes. 2 seconds. Now leave the comment section and give me a thumb up, okay? Not comment thumb up. I mean, go under the video and drop your like. Just like the video, just once. Now let's go back into that all. Where few people are this to say. Let's start with this.
So I know what the traders suffer.
Say few people. That's Obi himself. So I'm thinking we should actually open the floor. I think Kenneth Okonkwo's speech should open the whole room. Then I will share what Obi himself told them in that all. Let's go there.
Stand on existing protocol. Mahatma Gandhi once said, the things that destroy us are politics without principles, wealth without work, knowledge without character. Why would I not follow a man in the midst of his generation? He's a man of competence, character, and capacity. You've seen how they are giving us renewed hopelessness. Because they are men of wealth without work. Politics without principles. Then they have removed oil subsidy, punishing the people. They are paying 1 trillion subsidy every month today. Why punish the people? They told you they have placed sanctions on the other countries. Today they have removed it. Why did you punish all the northern states? This is the most anti-people government I've ever seen in my life. But I have one joy. They were not brought in by the Nigerian people. They were brought in through technical glitch. And you know what? From henceforth, nobody is going to technically glitch my election. You know, somebody said in February 25th, they didn't want to do. No! It was a premeditated action of perfidy. They did it before February 25th. That's why we were not prepared. But henceforth, Section 39 of the Police Act, every Nigerian citizen has the power to apprehend anybody committing crime in his face. Whoever commits the crime of rigging, you will apprehend the person, you will prosecute the person, you will punish the person. Enough is enough. I am an obedient, and nobody will tell me to calm down anymore. What we are operating now is no plea for any.
That's very
Is there any need for me to speak again?
Mommy, speak on! Speak on, mommy!
Bros, you don't talk my feelings. Any need, I should just walk away. People always steal election for the govern very well. You know, it's nothing no day, no day. If you not be Panatol, you don't be like Panatol. If you not be Peter Obi, you don't be like Peter Obi. Their father. They say maybe they respected. They say maybe we talk more. We can't do that. Because you know, the oppressors want you to be polite. The oppressors want you to be respectful. The oppressors want you to be nice. Your freedom cannot be won to be nice and being polite. We will say it as it is. And what is happening in this country is what exactly we will say. Yes, sir. Mr. Peter being a nice man. Yeah? You know, he does everything with decorum. You know, see this pretty say. There's some of us get coconuts here. We know they here. We don't agree for anybody. Because this country belongs to every one of us. I will say something to every one of us. In 7 months, you all did what they have been doing for over 60 years, and yet you beat them to the game. Just listen again. In 7 months, you did what they've been scheming and doing for over 60 years. And you said it can be done without the violence, without the rigging, by just applying intelligence, creativity. You all stood and were united. They say to us that Nigerians can never be united. They're on this matter from the south to the north, to the east, to the west. We all came together. We all came together irrespective of our religion. Don't ever forget that. There is something called the perseverance test. I always say, even when you're doing business, you make losses. But you know the people who succeed? The people who, in spite of those losses, they keep going. Yes, they went out and and they rigged. We are law-abiding. We walk within the ambit of the law. We will never do anything against the law. And so, round one to them, they rigged it. Like you've heard the previous speakers, nobody will lead ever again in this country. We will stand for our votes. We will ensure that the judges, the justices, now I am speaking as a citizen of Nigeria. I am speaking as Aisha Yusufu. My house is not too far from DSS office. If they want me, they can get me. All those justices who decided they were the playthings of corrupt politicians, who put it in their face instead of them being the last resort of the common man. Should they say they want polling unit agents, every one of them, right? Guess what? Every one of us must be ready to be polling unit agents, and we will carry our results. We will put it in the phone. We will go to our big court. We will go to Supreme Court. We will give them every one of those.
The more you look, the less you see. The more you look, the less you see.
Aisha, that's fine. We'll go here waiting. Obi also told the Obidients redefining our options. What are their options? Would they be starting their own political party or not? Let's go in there again, guys. And thank you so much to everybody who actually listened earlier to go and like the broadcast. So thank you. On Facebook, you were removed again. So I've put that back on for those who probably will have to stumble back on it on their Facebook. So here is the part.
So I know what the traders suffer. I've been in the corporate world. So I know what the people in the corporate world needs to, because there's also problems there that needs to be fixed. And I've been in public space. So I know what is wrong with the country. And we can fix it. There's nothing needs. Countries after countries have generated power. Simple power. It's sufficient of the best fishes. The only thing that we lack is leadership. Leadership that is willing to sacrifice for our future. And that is what all you see today is magic. People say the rate of exchange is bad. We start taking breed change on the street. I've never seen that before. Everywhere you go in the world, for those of you who came from Europe, breed change is every country in the world. So why are we chasing breed change? What is breed change? Breed change is neither the supplier, nor is it the person who is demanding. It's just a market provider for those who willing seller and willing buyer. He has committed offense. But everybody knows the only way you can show up your currency is by a simple thing, productivity. The more you produce, the more you deal with the issue of stability of your currency. But what is even shocking, they are chasing through the church people. People are even selling naira. They are not chasing them. They are just not even who are selling dollar. But naira is being sold everywhere. And we can go on and on. It's still our country. We have no other country except this one. And we will deal with it. We're not going to run away from it. We're going to stay here. Let me assure you people, I know your pain, I know your difficulty. People have gone through this pain. We're all going to be in it together. We're not going to go away. People have said, a woman that have said is doing it for his children. People have said they are getting young people home. It is our country. I've said repeatedly, I'm not a saint. but I'm not a criminal. I've managed public money judiciously. And I know that we can achieve something better if we manage our resources more efficiently. If we have people who care about this country, look at where we are today. All we hear is bad news. People say we can't. I said it in Pastor Tommy's birthday. It's either we have a country or the criminals take it over. If we have a country, let's declare war and have that country. Somebody must be in charge. It's either us or criminals. How can criminals overrun us? I've been a governor. And I said it, anybody can go and sit in Anambra State. I thought it is either them or me. One person must have the space. And we dealt with it. Why can't we deal with it as in Nigeria? Why are people occupying our waters and everything? Today, we spend more time chasing young boys with computers and say they are doing young people. When people are stealing the billions which we have as the government. Are we wasting our time? Why are we doing that? Why are we chasing young men all over the place? I can assure you that all the money that young people have stolen in 1 year, is not up to the amount of money that has been stolen in government in 1 day.
That's deep, isn't it? Again, there is a continuation. Let's hear the other part.
So I know what the traders suffer. I've been in the corporate world. So I know what the people in the corporate world needs to, because there's also problems there that needs to be fixed. And I've been in public space. So I know what is wrong with the country. And we can fix it. There's nothing in it. Countries after countries have generated power. Simple power. Is sophisticated in Nigeria. A country like Egypt, from 2015 to 2021, moved their power generation and distribution from under 20,000 megawatts to about 50,000. Today, Egypt is exporting power to Europe. Nigeria is still quarreling with dozens of things. These are things you can fix and can make your country to become productive. Today we are starting with people telling us it is about revenue. We don't have enough revenue. How can you have enough revenue when 80% of your people are poor? Revenue is a function of productivity. The more you produce, the more revenue you make. Can you go to market and without anything to sell and people will pay you? You have to have something to sell. It's only in Nigeria people want to go to market without anything to sell and come back with money. We cannot continue in that direction. My dear people, today is a day of thank you. I thank you, the Obidients. I thank you, those who supported business are suffering. People who really want to do good things are suffering. When people who are stealing, when thieves are living in affluence, it cannot be. Nigerians are dying buying rice because they say rice is cheaper. So they now went to buy rice and there was Stampede and Nigerians died. I cried over it. Buying rice. They were not trying to struggle for gold. It was rice. Nigerians can't get fuel.
Nigerians, everything is scarce here. Even what God gave them is scarce. They can't travel by road. Nigerians are paid 30, if you're lucky to get a job, 30,000. At a time when one egg is 200 now. Bread is how much? Let me assure you, you are the one making this speech. You've not been making this speech again. You are the one making this speech. But let me assure you, one of the things that brought French Revolution was bread. How people know? They said they wanted bread. The queen said, why can't they have cake? And they now realize that those who are in charge don't know what their problem is. Those who are in charge in Nigeria don't understand our problem. And we must dismantle them. God bless you. What we want is those who are stealing our public money. I'm not encouraging anybody to steal them, but we will deal with those who are stealing our common resources first. Let's catch them first. They are the ones causing us problems. They are the ones who have a lot of money without productivity. They are the ones causing inflation to high rate of exchange because they have billions without productivity. Let's deal with it. We're not dealing with it. Today is our last. Today we have resolved to continue in this direction where we are. We cannot stop. Please do not stop. Do not say, it is all about me. I'm not desperate to be president of Nigeria. I'm desperate to see Nigeria work. We need to make it work for everybody. There's no reason why there should be poverty in northern Nigeria. God gave them everything. Nigeria can make more money from agriculture in the north than we make from oil. I say it every day and I compare every state in the world. I've said it before several times. You heard me say it. The richest state in America is California. That's not where they have the oil. It is in Texas. Texas is about third or fourth. California is 9 times Nigeria at 3.6 trillion GDP when we are 400. It is agriculture and knowledge before oil. We have 70% of our fertile land in the north all cultivated. The north is the engine we can use to turn around Nigeria. We need to invest in the north. There's no reason why people in Boronu, there's no reason why people in Kebbi, people in Niger, people in Kogi, people in Benue, they have no reason to be involved with hunger. Because they have all the days to feed nations all over the world. Nigeria has the best yam, but the biggest yam exporting country is Ghana. Now they say we should go and import food. Import from where? Is it Ghana who have no yam?
what we eat is the only thing that is available outside is rice. Are we going to invest? Nigeria is supposed to be the highest producer of cassava, but we are not the greatest export. Are we going to buy it from people who come and buy here and export? Now they said that our problem is to close the border so that food will not go out. No, our problem is to produce more, have enough to eat, and export and earn money. And it is easy. It is not rocket science. You have also foreign policies here. They say our nurses can't even go out. Our doctors can't go out. What are you talking? India and Egypt, they produce more doctors, more nurses, Cuba and Guinea. Let's produce good school of nursing in every local government. Produce nurses, ship them to the world. Have enough here, and those who ship to the world will help in bringing what? The needed money, foreign currency. And it's easy. When you see these things happening, you ask yourself, what is happening here? At times you feel maybe you're wrong. So you have sleepless nights. I always say, partner, wake up most times at night and ask myself a question. Are you wrong or right? Well, because I've been in the private space, we have shared these corporations, I've been in the public space. So I can understand what is happening.
Well, he's a very good politician. He may not be your kind of a great talker. He knows how to get people involved in what he's saying. Okay, like ask them, how much is the price of this? How much is the price of that? I mean, you could do this. So it's so relatable to the point that the way he kind of say those things, right? Some of his critics believe that they are just all talks. He can't do them. He makes them look so easy, sound so easy. And he continues to remind all of you that, well, if you don't believe that what he says is possible, just to remember that he's been in the public office, he's been in private sector, he understands both, and he's a trader. A trader is about making profit, making gains. Okay, Abi? And he could do that for Nigeria, but with Nigeria, a crooked contraption forced together, let all that beautiful ideas happen. We will never find out. Okay? But some people believe that if you are going to want us to believe that you are different or you will be different, not you, everyone around you, because you are not going to be the one everywhere. These are the people who are going to be everywhere. Can you at least show that from those who are currently representing the same party, which is Labour Party? Is complicated though, that they should. For example, we haven't seen any of them come out and stand up from the National Assembly and say, no, we disagree with that bill, or we disagree with that and that. And since you won't hear our voice, we are walking out. Like, do it. Like Julius Malema in South Africa. But unfortunately, from the beginning of this Bulaba Bala Blue, we have seen the Labour Party lawmakers who have publicly said they will work with Tifnumbu. They will make sure that they help Tifnumbu to bring about renewed hope. I know that's kind of a political statement you will say, right? But it's more than that. A lot of them have gone as much as asking Peter Obi to stop challenging Tifnumbu. Yeah. Anyway, in the gathering, the female, one of them, which is Iretik Njibe, had this to say. The reason why I mentioned that is that it's not just to be. What about those who've benefited from have they actually acted different from PDP, APC, and the rest of the rogues known before now? The people's belief is that no, they haven't. But well, listen.
My leader, My Excellency, not Your Excellency, all other protocols duly observed. Today is not a day for long speeches, but the first thing I want to say, every time there's a damn obedience, I say thank you, thank you, thank you. Obedience in Nigeria, obedience in the diaspora, obedience everywhere, all the nook and crannies of this country. Thank you for having the courage to get up and decide that it is time to reclaim your country. That's what the movement is about. But it's not over. In fact, we are getting to the cocoa of the matter. We as a nation right now, we are in trouble. Yes, you've elected me the senator of the FCT. The highest elected office in the FCT, but I have to work with a minister who doesn't seem to realize that there are people in the FCT. So we, the Obidients, we have to figure a way around this. But more importantly, we cannot just lie back and say, oh, they took it. It's the beginning. What you have not achieved is what you have not achieved. As long as you do not give up, you will achieve everything you want to achieve. Now, that means we have to start getting organized. That means we have to keep in view what our goals are. That means that as a party, we must open our arms to all Nigerians, because that is the only way this is going to be possible. And I know that a new Nigeria is possible if we all want it to be possible. And I know that we...
Hear you, Senator. I told you this before that, they are already sort of preparing and mobilizing, and they may have their own political party. Somebody said, it's a pure waste of time. Why can't you all just begin to discuss that shabby, that shitty document called the 1999 Constitution, the real genesis of why you will never have any election in Nigeria? You don't prepare for an election that you know you'll be rigged out. Completely rigged system. Like, don't subject people to that experience again. It's not my own place to actually stop anybody. Sure, you get, but I can only offer my own little unsolicited advice, because my advice is not actually like wanted anyway. I just kind of don't think it is right to subject people to what you experienced the last time again, only for it to get to a chokehold where everybody is now so scared to be associated with calling for revolution, calling for protest, calling for this or that, because it's almost the same thing, the same way all the time. I have seen this happen many times. So people like that shouldn't waste resources, human and then other resources, because they think they can use an election that these rogues, come on. I'm going to play this before I take calls, okay? Just a reminder that Nigeria is not a country. And if you are in doubt, your constitution should be something that defines you as a citizen, right? Take a look at all this.
Ten things you never knew about the 1999 Constitution. Did you know that the 1999 Constitution was promulgated by the Military Decree 24 of 1999? And to think of it, this 1999 Constitution was never subjected to a referendum.
Did you also know that this 1999 Constitution was written by a selected few that never got the consent of the indigenous nationalities or its representation?
Did you know that after writing the 1999 Constitution, it was hidden from the public until after the inauguration of President Obasanjo in 1999?
Funny enough, This 1999 constitution was not printed by the government press or any known printers in 1999.
Did you know that the 1999 constitution created a unitary government as against the projected federal government, and this forged an inefficient over-centralized government, as well as creating a centralized judiciary whom has never been autonomous?
In all this, did you know that this 1999 constitution falsely and maliciously claims that the indigenous nationalities willingly handed over their lands and resources to the federal government?
And interestingly, did you know that the 1999 Constitution calls state governors chief security officers, but at the same time centralized all the security agencies and denies these state governors control over any of the security
And
agencies?
finally, do you know that the illegitimate 1999 Constitution in Section 6, subsection 6C, absolves the government from liabilities regarding rights of the citizens as provided in Chapter 2, making this right not justifiable?
This and many more are the reasons why corruption, unaccountability, incompetence, and insecurity are institutionalized in Nigeria.
Did you get that? Thank you very much, Ninas. That's a golden message that will never go out of place until the death of your 1999 constitution. Every effort around it is effort in futility. Well, I think I have exhausted my own time. Now we are going to go to the stage of taking calls. Okay, the line is right there. The number is on your screen. You can call in through the WhatsApp. You can call in through the direct call as well. But I will be back to take that. Thank you so much. Our first night seems like going well. You will say, I think it's going well, right? So thank you so much for joining me tonight. If you have to leave, please like the broadcast before you do. And if you have done that already, don't do it again. I will be back and we can take calls. Don't go anywhere. Back. Thank you so much, everyone. I have a caller already, and this is going to be on record the first caller on the maiden broadcast of Maiyegun's Politico. Hello there.
Hello, Mr. Maiyegun, the general,
yes,
the general of all generals.
Yes, sir. How are you today, sir?
Yeah, I'm so happy. I'm so happy. I'm so glad to be here, to be the maiden edition, the first caller.
The maiden. You are the one. You won't forget this because your call will be on record.
I will not.
As the first
I will
call
not.
officially
I will
taken.
even.
Go on.
Yeah, yes. Even the program is loaded from the beginning to the end. There's so many. So so many videos, so many updates. You know.
Bless you, Baba. And here we are. Please. Go on.
Yes. Okay. First and foremost, I say congratulations to, even though Showore might not be able to see his family again because of this protest that's about to happen again.
Because it's coming out for them again, and it seems to be a really, really problem for them. I can tell, Baba.
It's fine. They turn in the flesh for them. Yeah. So and Peter Obi, I really enjoyed Aisha Yusuf is really coming at them too. I like their Kakos, Dele Faro Timi, and all those guys are going to give them a run for their money. They are not leaving, the Obidients are not leaving them. They are going to everybody. But the thing is, the mistake I think they are making is they should not make it a political thing. Because I think Showore is getting it right, because he is clamoring for revolution, because election is still 2027. So I think if Peter Obi and his people, they can actually form a movement. They already have the team. They should just form a movement instead of a political party, because even Labour Party is being threatened now by APC. They are having problem from one problem to the other. Aburi, then the other guy, what's the other guy that they sponsored? Papa. So there's a distraction for them. So it would be good for them if they want to focus. They should just suspend anything political, anything election for now. Let them face the real thing, because the way the economy is going now, is, it's going to be serious if they don't do anything.
Waiting till 2027 before they do something. You're right.
Yes.
Thank you so much,
they have to buckle their shoe. So you are doing a great job, bro. Thank you very much. Thank you so much. Yeah.
I have another caller, and I think, like he said, if everything is still fine, then we are doing a great job. Thanks so much, Baba. I have another caller. Hello there.
The General, Maiyegun, the General, this CA from Atlanta.
Oh, CA, Baba, how are you?
Been a while.
CA, how is Atlanta? Anyway? Thanks so much.
Sunny, nice weather. It's getting warmer now, so.
Oh yeah, I know. It gave us that false hope today in Glasgow as well. It looked so bright, and it was like it was going to be sunny, but it was really freezing. But yeah.
Right now, it's 73 degrees right now. 73 right now is warm.
Oh dear, lucky you. Yeah. Anyway, please, CA.
Yeah, like I told you before, one of the reasons why I got glued to a program is from day one. We had the same philosophy. I mean, I still don't understand why Nigerians still believe things are going to change. I don't understand the kind of planet they come from. All these people that keep having false hope, don't worry, one day. Never can tell. The people, it's still the same old story. About Nnamdi Kanu, let me just say this. I know the Fulani Caliphate will not want him out. So I think Tinubu hands are tied right now, because those guys, it's not Tinubu. I don't think it's totally on Tinubu, even though Tinubu would like him to remain. But I think the what they call it, the people, those Fulani guys don't want him out.
Okay,
remember when he was abducted?
You think that they are, they are still holding the hand of Tifnumbu as we speak, and they could still keep him beyond that 19th of March.
Yes, that's my thinking. Yes, those guys don't want him out. They know he cannot compromise. I'm sure they will have come to him with a lot. They will have come to him with a lot of deals, but I know him. He's not going to. He's going to reject all the deals. They know him, so they just. In fact, they don't know what to do with him right now. I don't know. I think they're still figuring out what to do. But I know that one day he's going to live there. But for now, I don't want to put anybody's hope up, because for him, it's going to be like a threat to them.
Somebody said we should manage our hope. But I'm kind of optimistic. You know, they've run out of all options. CA, they've run out of all
No,
options.
no. So actually, there's not. They don't have any reason. They don't have any reason holding him in the first place. They're just dancing around.
Like
There's no reason holding him. Okay, look at Showore. Okay, what has Showore done? They kept him. Since his passport, refused him going to visit his family in the US for nothing.
For nothing.
Just for nothing.
Now was treasonable.
Just for nothing. And we have people killing people in the north. We have terrorists killing people in the north, and they tell they are repentant. Killing people daily. Those people are going scot-free. So that's the island of the country we are in. My wife came back from Nigeria last Wednesday.
Yeah.
Wednesday last week. My wife spent a week in Nigeria and came back This Wednesday.
Last week, yeah?
Yes. I went to the airport to pick my wife with my little girl, 10-year-old girl. At a point, I was driving on the highway. I asked my wife, what's going on? How's Nigeria? My wife started, Maiyegun, I'm not exaggerating. My wife started crying. And I was driving, I was shocked. If not for the fact that I was on the highway, I would have moved to the side to unpacked. My little girl was saying, Daddy, why is mommy crying? My wife was crying that Nigerians are suffering. She was, I'm not saying tears, she was shedding tears, crying that people are suffering in Nigeria. She was crying, physically crying.
Saying this physically, and she couldn't, like, you know, the shock in her.
My daughter was asking me, Daddy, the shock on my little girl's face was, Daddy, why is mommy crying? I said, oh, mommy is okay. He's just thinking of something.
Mommy is
that's to tell you how bad that country is degenerating into. It's terrible, Maiyegun. It is terrible back home, Maiyegun. It's terrible.
And you have people. This has been.
And we see how people defending. I'm in a WhatsApp group where somebody today was saying we're playing video about how much is fuel in South Africa, how much is fuel in Great Britain. I got mad on that forum. I got mad, Maiyegun. Thank you for your job. Thank you for doing what you're doing. And may God, if you have anybody, just tell anybody overseas back home, please. Anything you can do, please. Even if it's 10,000 naira per month, just help. It is a terrible situation back home. It is terrible, Maiyegun. It is.
Thank you so much for sharing with us. I bet a lot of people have actually told me this as well, but we are now in a world where a lot of us in the diaspora just simply believe that, let people face it. But there are some things that you can't really look away, especially if you kind of see children, women, and all that. They are the most vulnerable in this instance, especially in that contraption. You know, if you know, I'm able to help. I kind of go with CA on that. The Prince
Yes, Baba.
representing IPOB for life.
For life, Baba.
That is Prince Judgment. How are you?
My Chukado Mike, Baba.
You done the loud. Did you hear what I'm saying?
Yes, so Baba. Well done.
Thank you.
Yeah. Baba, I'm waiting. I wanted and they say if a protest cannot work and a revolution cannot work, rebellion must work.
That is that popular saying, that if you make a peaceful resolution impossible, then you will make a violent revolution inevitable, unavoidable. Go on.
Thank you, Baba. God bless you.
Amen.
They are hearing us. That's why I'm announcing it to them. If they are bringing their police and the army that we must not protest, and the revolution to express our anger, that they are beating us and we cannot cry. Rebellion, they cannot ever avert rebellion. Let them go right out for book.
And that one, a senior brother of revolution.
Now, Baba. They know. Secondly, Baba, Nnamdi Kanu, I want to tell Janjaweed, I want to tell the head of Agbadorian, Tunumbu. Nnamdi Kanu represents a whole race. the whole Igbo race is what Nnamdi Kanu represents.
That's right.
The person they are holding is the entire Igbo nation. That's the whom they are holding in custody. And they understand what that means. Nnamdi Kanu is a nation to us, not just an individual. You know, Nnamdi Kanu to us is an external aggression, because now they can see that the whole Igbo is not interested in Nigeria affair anymore. The protests, we are not interested. Their hunger, we are not interested. We have passed through Kwashiorkor hunger. They dealt with us with Kwashiorkor hunger during the war. So this ordinary hunger is not a hunger to us. You understand? We are no longer in Nigeria. We are just managing there just for the main time. We are just passing time. As far as Nigeria, Nigeria is concerned, they should know this.
Hibernating.
So Nnamdi Kanu, Fulani henchmen, we are not your problem. You can possess anywhere you want to possess, but because of Maiyegun General, you cannot overrun Yoruba nation.
It's not possible.
And you cannot overrun Igbo nation. If that is what you are thinking, that you want to do, thinking that if you keep Nnamdi Kanu, it will be easy for you to immediately overrun Biafra, Yoruba nation will be easy for you. But the Yoruba nation will be even more harder for you than what you are thinking of overrunning Biafra. I want them to know that, because they are thinking that Igbo is the one that is stubborn. They will be surprised that Yoruba nation will shock them when the time comes.
Everybody is aware of the danger we are all in, and if we don't want our children to end up fighting this battle or war, then all of us must begin to stop living in denial. And that's why this platform continues to do that. And a lot of people are pretty much aware. You're right, Prince.
Maiyegun General, my brother, everybody, Obi, to me, is a distraction. Is the one that calm down the youth from standing up. He knows that these people are criminal. There's no other way you can stop them than people trooping out in their millions.
That is what Aisha said. Aisha was like, you cannot be, you cannot be respectful to your oppressors. You cannot be law-abiding with your oppressors. You cannot follow the rules of your oppressors, or else they just want you to be quiet. And if you follow that, you are dead. Isn't it?
What? But yes, Baba, the people you are talking about, they don't obey the law. The Constitution of Nigeria said that they must protect you. Is you are right that they must protect the lives and property of the citizen. You understand? So they are not obeying the law. The Constitution, they have been the Constitution. The federal character has been everything about the Constitution, that they give them the right over you as a citizen, gave them the right as a leader over you. They have been it. They are not using it. Are you getting me? So once they are not obeying the law, they cannot compel you to obey the law. They must obey the law, the Constitution that gave them the power to lord over you. And if they cannot obey that Constitution, why would they be telling you obey the law? Play within the rule. They are the rule of their game. So Maiyegun General, let me stop here for that to call in. But
yes.
Thank you, Baba.
You are
God
so
bless
welcome.
you.
Thanks so much for being part of it as well. Okay, let's go to the next call. Here. Hello, you might need to mute that if possible for us quickly. Okay, I'm coming back to you, my caller. Now, there is a question I want to ask. The other day, I did a test run with a wireless microphone, and when people were calling in, without phone calls, right, the audio was perfect and all that, okay? Then I observed after the broadcast that, you see, when I was having chat with a caller, right, I tend to suffer the low voice or low audio to my caller. My caller's voice and the audio was perfect, but mine was going off and on. So I want you to please tell me tonight, okay? I'm not using a wireless tonight, so I'm using a proper microphone. So you tell me, when you were listening to that conversation between me, myself, and Prince Jejeman and other callers, did you notice that maybe my voice keeps going down or what? Or it was all right, like always, yeah? I will read the comment, but I have a caller waiting. Hello there.
Hello, Maiyegun. Good evening.
Oh, it's a charm.
Yeah, it's Charm. Good
It
evening.
is Charm. How are you doing tonight, ma'am? All right?
Yeah, I'm fine, thank you. And let me just answer your voice was a little low when you were talking to Prejudice just now.
Say that again, sorry.
I said your voice was a little low when you were talking to Prince Jejeman just now.
Oh, was it? Like when he's talking?
No, it wasn't inaudible. It was just not,
you could
like
tell
how.
I was low. Okay. I'll work on that then. Okay, thanks so much. I mean, I've got somebody answer that for me. So thank you so much, Charm. So yeah, please, your shot.
All right. So okay. So just a quick one.
Please.
Regarding the Obis, I think the way forward for the Obidients, right? I feel like there are certain issues that I don't know whether he feels reluctant to address, which I think needs to be addressed, which is the question of, what defines the Nigerian citizen. Because I don't know if he covered was it the Malam or Alpha or whatever that was talking about calling Remi Tinubu an infidel, and all that.
Yes, I shared that. Yeah, the guy came back to apologize. They didn't even arrest him or anything at all.
Well, I don't really care that they didn't arrest him. But the point I'm trying to get to is that you can't have a country where you have one person refer to another Nigerian as an infidel because they don't believe in your own religion. So I feel that there are certain questions that we need to address as a people, and I guess that is where we have to decide whether or not we want to carry on as one nation. Because you can't ask me as a Biafran to go to Hausa land or to the north, and for the fear of my life, because it's more like asking me to go there at my own risk, is it not?
Yes, no.
Because we don't share the same religion, and if I say anything out of turn, that would be me dead, as opposed to
you don't even have to say anything. If somebody says you said something or you did something, right?
Exactly.
You have no chance of defending yourself. I mean, I
don't have a chance of defending myself or speaking to tell the story and to say, within which context was this said or not said, to defend myself. So these are like
lucky to even like tell the story. You know what I mean? Like
exactly.
That's how bad it is. Go on, please.
So before we come before we come to turn to Nigeria from consumption to production, I think there are basic questions that we need to address. Like you've already highlighted, the Constitution is one of them. And if going by what was said in that short documentary that you showed us, clearly, if this was not written by any Nigerian, then we have to suspect that the people who want to control our resources without us having a say in it have written that Constitution in such a way that it benefits not us as Nigerians, but them. And I know who the them I'm talking about, the people who benefit from our resources without us actually, yes, the establishment who we know are largely made up of the West. So,
I mean, it's written in there, like you said, that short clip, right? They said in that fake document, illegitimate document, that you, me, yourself, every one of us, like we have handed over our sovereignty, our everything to these guys to administer over us. No, we didn't. There was never a time we did that. Never.
Exactly. There was never a time. So these are certain issues that any political party going forward needs to address. Not the question of hunger, because if we get all of these things right, if we get that defining who a Nigerian is, knowing that no one is more Nigerian than the other, regardless of religion, tribe, or wherever we come from. Once we get that is the first one, then we address the issue of that constitution, because the constitution clearly does not favor anyone, any region, doesn't allow the regions to actually control their own resources. It allows, like I said, the establishment and whoever they are to control our resources. Now, those are certain things that if any political party that takes itself seriously, those are things that they need to first. Yes, right. I feel like Obi is reluctant to go there, and I can understand why. Because a lot of people have this sentiment around Igbo people. He wants to come and change things, but things need to change, regardless of whether it's an Igbo person spearheading it or you. It doesn't matter, but things need to change. Now, with regards to Arabambi and what he came out to say, I feel personally that I think there is a fear that if Obi separates himself from Labour Party, decides to form his own political party, right? They will take a lot of, they will take a lot of people, and they are trying to gather momentum towards 2027. That is, if Nigeria survives to 2027, because I'm not certain that that's going to happen. So all of these things he's saying is trying to tell people that, oh, whatever is coming, if Mr. Peter Obi leaves Labour Party, is a regional party. It's never going to be a national party because he's surrounding himself with Igbo people. But again, you did so highlight
the audience. There are those who are actually going to feed on that hook, line, and sinker, you know?
Well, yes, they will have people that will feed on that, but I think the situation of the day is working against them because there is hunger in the land. So the Yoruba man is president at the moment, but there is hunger in the land. So it doesn't have anything to do with whether or not the person, at the helm of affairs is Yoruba, but the people are hungry. Okay, we have 8 years of a northerner, and people were hungry. So whether that rhetoric is still going to work at the end of the day, maybe that is a dice that they're willing to roll, and all of that. But I feel that it's just strategy. They're working towards 2027. But I still say that is if we still have a country by 2027, if we continue in this trajectory. That's my
so
own
much,
thing.
you've done justice to that, I would say. Again, reminding all of us that we must have that conversation. No matter how much we try to shy from it, dodge from it and all that, anyone who is actually not talking about that and planning ahead for an election is pretty much doesn't know what they are doing. Or maybe they do, they're just not telling us. Because conversation that will define who and who is in Nigerian and what are those things that, we also determine what and how an election is going to be conducted and who will be participating. Would that be those who are left in Nigeria now or all of us? So we must have that conversation and we must continue to remind everybody like that. And I'm so happy that Showore mentioned that earlier, that listen, this union needs to be discussed. This whole thing needed to be actually like a really, really discussed and see who is still interested and who is not. And if you're interested, under what condition. Somebody gave me this from your country. Charm, and this is just as simple as this, right? This is the article of the United States Declaration of the United States Independence. Sorry, I had to hit that. I'm sorry. Can you hear me? Charm, you there?
Yes, I can hear you.
Oh, brilliant. Sorry, I knocked off the cable there, but I was showing you this, and I'm showing everyone else, right? There is nothing like this in Nigeria that actually define and describe what and what gave us independence, right? And who and who will be part of that. So yes, a country without such foundation, well, it wasn't a country, it was a business, business arrangement. Charm. Thank you very much. Sure, you have a good one, okay? Yes, you need something to define you, something that will clearly state the involvement of all the ethnic nationalities in that contraption, something that clears it. So nobody is running about like headless chicken thinking is supreme or is not supreme, is inferior or you are superior. No, whether you are smaller or you are bigger ethnic national, it doesn't matter. If you're coming into this union, there should be something that defines the agreement that you signed, the agreement your people agreed to before being part of that country. We don't have anything like that in Nigeria, unfortunately. But here, hello.
My king.
The prince.
My king.
Yes, sir. How are you?
From Sweden. I'm good. Baba, Baba, listen to your program today. I just wanted to weep, Did you see how this guy, Arabambi, was trying to make their problem Igbo? We want to twist the narrative again.
He kept using Igbo. It became so embarrassing that it was so cringy to watch. Like a Yoruba person won't sit down and like use Igbo, but I actually counted it. He mentioned Igbo in that status. That 6 minutes. He mentioned Igbo for 32 times, 33 times. This one Igbo.
It's
33 times. Just 5 minutes video.
It's what is the strategy they are using.
Yes, now.
It's what they want to use to gain exactly. I've never heard in my life.
And again, right? You begin to believe it. You know that when they begin to tell a lie and repeat and repeat and repeat, and They will begin to believe it themselves, unfortunately.
Yeah. I never heard in my life where somebody say the Igbo side of Uromi.
Uromi Igbo. Igbo side of Uromi. Are you being serious?
Igbo side of Igbo side of Uromi.
I saw somewhere where somebody said Aisha is from Igbo side of Benin. I'm like, I don't start okay.
We have problem in this country. We have real problem.
Educated people will be arguing it with you. They will tell you don't know anything because they have been hearing it again and again and again and again. And despite all of the things that are contrary to it, they don't care. No, it's because it appeals to their bias. So they went with it.
You know, have you observed, rubbish comment section. Have you observed that most celebrities now, they are now insulting people that insult them in comment section. They now have time. Like, before it's not like this.
Don't be Mr. Nice to anybody.
Because some people will just be
say directly, let your audience know that somebody says something, I'm going to react to it and spit out and that, right? Because sometimes a lot of people just wanted to be liked. Oh, exactly. Not to like me again. When the truth.
It's because of this kind of things now. People just come to your comment section or come to public space.
Shut up. Don't say that again. Go and say something. Leave that one. Leave that one. Are you not a Yoruba? Are you not supposed to be a Yoruba? And all those stupid things they will push on you. They are all there intentionally to shut you up.
I mean, how can you argue with somebody like that is a grown-up man that's trying to businessman innocent gave the Igbos.
Nothing like that. There's no evidence of that. There's nothing like say okay. Out of all this, their corruption when I done the year since Abi. Did anybody hear that also gave ESCO of Labour Party motto? There's nothing like that.
I never heard that
with
before.
Confidence, now. He said they gave Obi 15 million. $15 million. So $15 million is actually like, you think it's 15 million naira your money? $15 million was donated from abroad to. Here you get. This is what they do. They will repeat it and repeat it and repeat it until they believe it. Unfortunately.
No.
They are just a disgrace about disgrace. You know something, right? I have seen educated
and this is the kind of
educated people, right? Supposedly well experienced and traveled people who have also promoted. In fact, they have spilled out this same bigotry to the point that I felt embarrassed for them. Like, Baba, you can't say that now. Don't say that. You'll be like, it's true now. I know what I'm saying. You say, well, it's not true. Don't say that. Come on. We are doing our best to.
And this kind of people,
all of these things, right? We are doing our best to make sure that our children don't become the same false bigotry, which hasn't anybody. Please don't say that.
What in Balu? They started from small. They started fighting this Labour Party people. Say they have no structure. They have no structure. After the election, now what did they realize? Still, they cannot accept that
these guys will become a threat, right? And that's why I what I do for them, what I really do, why I continue to document some of these activities, Baba, is that I know that the establishment has all it takes to give a total wrong narrative about these people and gaslight them enough that but luckily for them, these are kind of young people who also controls the same social media. So they control the narrative. Do you understand? So people like us should ensure that we help them amplify few more voices to other audience, all the audiences that these criminals continue to brainwash. That's why it's been difficult. Because I want them to be the you get Baba?
Baba.
Any revolution, a rebellion to imagine when all these connect together.
Baba, you see, after all this, I'm just thanking God that I left that country, honestly. Because my mental health cannot
life. I won't hide it.
I said my mental health cannot carry this kind of stupidity.
Like you could survive. Survive Nigeria.
I cannot survive it. It's like God knew. Most of us who left quick on time, God knew that our mental health cannot carry what is coming.
Survived what was coming. And look at us now. Some of us are even suffering from other mental health of worrying for our loved ones.
Yeah. Yes.
Now we are worrying for them. Some of us are being drowned in black taxis because the criminals continue to destroy the country, and we continue to subsidize the people we love. So it's really not a win-win situation per se. But yeah, we live to die another day. The prince.
At least we can fight from here. We can fight. We can serve them better from here.
Absolutely. You know? Thank you so much, Baba.
Baba, thank you. Thank you very much.
You have a good one, okay? Thanks a lot.
You too,
now, that is... we have about 25 minutes. By the way, sorry, I have another caller. So we have about 25 minutes to go. And if you are still with me tonight, the maiden broadcast on this platform, from this studio, you say, seems to be going on very well tonight. I think so, if you ask me. Yeah. Hello.
Everything is going fine. Oh, hello, Maiyegun. Good evening.
Great. Good evening, sir. How are you?
Yeah, Maiyegun, I don't have much to contribute from the today's broadcast. I believe it's the continuity of from the past, you know. But the other day, I wrote some things down, and you know, we good plenty grammar. My own is that I always say the way it is. To do it is, you know.
You communicate, say you understand.
Yeah, and
no big grammar. They actually define conversation.
No, I'm not talking. I'm not talking literally the drama itself, but I'm saying that there's so much. You know, the English they used to confuse us Nigerians. You know, me, I remember things and I follow it the way it is. Like, I want to talk something about from today. I saw Soludo in the economic team. You know, and I want to tell Soludo that he should go to Anambra State, Oka. There's one hospital there. They call it Odumegwu Ojukwu Hospital. I was in Nigeria last year. Now, I was Odumegwu Ojukwu General Hospital. I was in Nigeria last year. Unfortunately, my brother-in-law had an accident, and we arrived to that hospital, emergency department unit, you know, and I saw like about 100 or 60 patients that need urgent care, but it's unfortunate. It's only one doctor and two nurses that looks like sales gear that are there. And for the person working in a hospital, and I can't stand the sight, you know. I was there, people are dying. The doctor even he doesn't know what to do. He was only cleaning wounds, and one of the sisters that are there, they can't even administer CPR because they have no idea. So people are dying there in front of me. So salute for him to be in economic team. You should go to that hospital. Odumegwu Ojukwu General Hospital in Oka. You should go and visit, or they close that. There's a very big structure, but inside is dirty. Inside is nonsense, especially the emergency unit. It's nonsense. You should go and visit first before going for a bigger job like Nigeria.
Mr. I don't know if I should add my own voice to this. If Mazi's voice is not loud enough for you. I know it's very loud, by the way. Odumegwu Ojukwu Hospital in Oka, you said, yeah?
Yeah.
Where people
Oka, Anambra State.
Every day because of
emergency unit,
yeah. So
then secondly, based on Gowon embarrassment, they showed on him to speak in Hausa. That was a very big embarrassment.
He said they ambushed him. What is all this? I mean, I've never done this in Hausa. I've always been doing it in English. He was shocked and lost. I remember.
My brother is that is karma. That's karma, because if he's really an elderly statesman, an old man, like you just told the last caller, that these guys are the people that are supposed to educate the youths that are on internet, trying to figure out the lies they have been put in our head since years, and we are seeing Yoruba enemy, Igbo enemy, Hausa enemy, Fulani enemy. What Arabambi just displayed today on our rise. If I'm the anchor, I will stop the interview.
Why they didn't stop him? I was wondering that. Yeah. Like listen, all these things you are saying are not real. Listen. This is actually pretty much like fanning the ember of tribal and ethnic division. This what you are saying is bollock. But they let him spill it anyway. He finished.
Yeah. They could have stopped him the interview, because I remembered when Buhari came to Germany. When Buhari came to Germany, he now made a statement. My wife belongs to other room. The German government stopped his meeting to Minister of Defense, which was a woman, and a woman was Vice Chancellor of Germany, so the Deutschland. They now closed the meeting. These are people with integrity.
He was supposed to have with the defense minister, who happened to be a woman. I remember that too. God bless you.
Yeah, because that single statement, but they did not stop him. But these people are quick to find every TV station when you say something that they don't want to hear. But this one is pure in a national television or whatever they call it, private or international. But Arise News is a television that has,
even though it's private, it's national, all over the place, everywhere.
So it's not good for the nation. So they should have stopped him. But
they allowed the airtime, but because it is an agenda of the establishment, right? I mean, I'm still wondering, why would Arise TV want to speak to somebody like that? That's charlatan. He's actually, I mean, come on, man. It's Nigeria.
This is because of the country is because they believe that the country belongs to them. They can do anything they want to do with the country. Then, based on the issue of Gowan, if he's still an old man, he listened and he's close to his grave, he should come and apologize to Nigerians what happened between him and Ojukwu in Ghana, in Aburi. He's supposed to come and say it and die well. So he will not die like his second murderer, Moekala Mohammed, that died on Friday. That the supposedly prayers his God supposed to save him that day, but his God never saved him because he committed genocide. So, and he's still bragging on it, which and go on at his age and everything happening in his side, he keep on bragging about Biafran war, which is very, very unfortunate for us. And based on Nnamdi Kanu, I believe, like you said, they are looking for a soft landing, but Tinubu made a very big mistake, but it's not too late for him. He could have just released Nnamdi Kanu the way he said the subsidy is gone.
Yeah.
And nobody will answer him. Right. And based on the man that said to first lady that she's supposed to die, nothing happened to him. I like what is going on now. For myself, I want Tinubu to continue because I'm very, very happy that Obi never entered. Because what we are seeing now is what Obasanjo tried to do to them. The so-called, like Sham said, that some people are feeling that they are more Nigerian than others. They have right to do whatever they want to do in Nigeria. And the Obasanjo tried to remove that thing from them. You know, during Obasanjo time, they started crying like this. But it was like a rat biting them and blowing the breeze where they are biting. So you will not feel the pain. It's Jonathan that doesn't have, they believe that Jonathan doesn't have any background of military and Jonathan is nobody. That's why they pushed him out like that. So I believe Tinubu, with all his corrupt mind or whatever, maybe this is what he wanted to achieve before he died, and then by making his own money again. But I believe Nigeria is sitting on a time bomb because the people that have never been hungry before are seeing that the road is too far for them. They are going to be hungry more than other people. That's why you've seen this. And based on the trailer they are seizing, they are criminals. These guys are criminals because you cannot seize those trucks. Those trucks are private business, but he knows the warehouse, the farmers that sold those goods to them, and he left the farmers because he believed that the farmers belongs to his own. Then he went on the road and stopped the trucks to seize the foods, claiming that those foods are going to they are exporting it illegally from his state, and he knows very well that he doesn't have right when there's a sitting president. So, my brother,
anyway,
Nigeria, the best thing is just to destroy that place. For me, like the last caller said,
we just don't want them to destroy our people while they are destroying the place. You get what I mean, right?
No, they will fight. They will fight each other and destroy that country. Thank you so much, Maiyegun.
Mazi, you done well. My regards to the missus.
Well done. Thank you
so much. Now, we only have about 15 minutes to go. Okay, and if you are still watching and you want to be part of this, you will need to pick up your phone and dial the number on your screen. WhatsApp or direct calls, either of them will get to me. Okay. Now, if you have been with me all night and you probably have forgotten that you haven't liked the video, or you joined us midway and you dived into it straight away and you've not looked back since, right? Give yourself a little break, okay? Go out of this broadcast, like the video, share it and all that. I don't know if the Facebook is still live. It probably has stopped, right? But I have another call on the line and we are just about 10-15 minutes to go tonight. Hello, sir.
Yeah, MG, my brother. I am very, very happy, grateful to God that I'm one of the first person. I'm one of those people that on this live studio today.
This made the broadcast from our studio because all of you were here when we were talking about this months ago. Oh, I want my studio. I'm going to get a studio. Oh, I'm waiting for my agent to get me a very, very befitting place. Now, it was a dream. It was a thought. It was like an imagination at the time, but it's coming together now. I'm going to make a special video tomorrow to share with all of us to see inside. And we're not even done. So here, we can congratulate ourselves, sir. We've done well. And thank you for all the support.
Maiyegun, congratulations, my brother. I'm off duty today, and I was sitting in my living room. Thank God for everything. I just want to say this thing to the listeners, to Nigerian, and to everybody listening to this program. The best thing we can do for ourselves to save Nigeria from falling into the deep sea is to break up that country and save lives. Break up Nigeria and save lives. Because with all these things we'll be talking about up and down, about this government, about that thing, we all know the epitome or the genesis of all this problem. And at the end of the day, all these people, they are just like a chameleon, a gemo, that keep changing, but they are still the same agemo. They are still the same chameleon. They will still keep on changing colors. But they are these people in government, they are destructive agents. They are not a human being. I said something years back that I don't know what Nigerians have done to God. If there is any in Nigeria that allow these evil people continue holding power and taking people hostage, destroying people's lives without empathy, without feelings. You see things going, people's lives being destroyed, and they keep laughing. And people are praising them. Stockholm syndrome. At the end of the day, we keep saying this one is better, that is better. I know there's something in the Bible, because I don't want to go to, I'm not going to church again, because I've seen all the evils that all these prophets, they pass on.
It goes with your what you want to say. You can still quote I quote Bible, because if I want to pass a message, there are those who read the Bible, and there are those who are going to go and open it and read it, and you have no idea that also impact on people, sir. Please.
The Jesus Christ, when he was in the world, he said he has two golden rules. There's two golden rules. I don't know the chapter in the Bible. Sorry about that. He said the first one is love your God with all your heart, with all your mind, and with everything that you got. And the second golden rule is love your neighbor as yourself. Do these people love their neighbor? Do they love themselves? By cutting away billions of hard currency, pounds, dollars, not in naira. So, and all these people, those people they brought together today, those three scallywags.
Did you see them?
Dangote, Efulefu, or Ebulebu, or whatever his name is, and Boa. These are the people that are messing up the country. And they'll just be looking at you and be just smiling, you know. And look at the man in power. He's not my president, too. It's Nigerian president, not my president. Thank God. Because this man is a man with 3 fake birth certificates.
You know that they found you the verse that you just tried to quote there, right? Somebody found it, the chapter as well. You want me to They said it's in Mark 12, 29 to 31. Continue, sir. Mark,
sir.
Yeah, book of Mark 12, chapter 12, verse 29 to 31. I'm going to go look for it while you talk, sir, while you speak, okay?
Yeah.
Read the meaning to people. Go on, sir.
Okay, it's just those golden rules. Are Nigerians practicing it? Do they love God? By all these lying prophets, by all this lying imam, by all this lying, the only people I see a little bit okay are these Ifa priests, and that is why I decided to go to my native way of worshiping Almighty God. Because there's no before the Bible this thing comes about. So why do we allow?
Hey, listen, all of you are like really religious people. You know, like I always keep this to myself. Okay, but the way I praise and kind of praise that the universe give us a lot. Okay, the universe take us. The universe pop us out. Okay, when we die, we go straight into the earth, and then we become part of the earth. But when we are living, the universe take care of us. It gives us the weather, 4 seasons and all that. The universe, the earth pour out what we eat, and every other thing that you see on this world actually come from there too. So, universe has been so great and good to us. And when we want to ask for something, if you are not the type that prays to Christian or Muslim, just say, "May the universe be kind to me today," and watch what will happen. My own prayer points are about go on.
Maiyegun, when you look at like the place, because you have digressed everything now. If you look at, because you're always on my head, I don't even know. If you're a woman, maybe if you are married, I will just take you from your husband. You see, when you look at
it, will be a good thing. I'll probably just be like, helping you to possibly form opinions that can be prop too, like this one. I mean, you can easily just form another one. But our time is almost anyway. So you want to?
Okay, sorry, just yeah. You see, just like what you talk about the nature now. When you look at Almighty God, He created everything for us: free air, free water, free everything. But we human beings make things difficult. I keep saying it. Nigeria is a blessed country. God loved that country with natural and human resources. But what do we do with it? What do we do do with it? Because me, I know no buko. Even look at Africa too.
We didn't do anything. Some people cornered everything. Then corner them. They ask us to pray for them to remember us.
Why are you praying for? Okay, do you just like one prophet said one time? He said, "Okay, can you pray that the clothes there come? I pray the cloth I left on the table or on the chair come into my body." Yes, you don't need prayer. You just have to. To command it. So you have to go there and put the clothes on, check yourself in the mirror, like Maiyegun is checking himself now when he put on his agbada. And you have to check yourself in the mirror. God is not going to do that for you. We are so myopic, we are so dumbhead that at the end of the day, Nigeria, like what I'm saying.
You know, one thing about us is that we want God to do what man can do, and God will not do man's job for him. God
Never.
You know what I mean? For those who are like a deeper, they say God is capable of so many things, but he won't do many things that you can do. For example, like putting on your clothes. You're not going to tell God that, God, I want to wear my clothes and I want those clothes on me now. It doesn't work that way. And that's what I'm saying. So,
God left an unfinished product when he created Adam and Eve. He said, go to till the land. The land will bring you surplus. The land will bring you this thing. And animal husbandry and all those things. God did finish. He asked us to do all these things. I mean, to finish the job or the work he has done. So at the end of the day, when you are telling the government who are destroying you and you became an idiot by praising them, those people destroy your road, destroying your properties. And look, Maiyegun,
and then you
I just want to,
God, we're just praying that God should touch their heart.
God will judge them. How can God? How can God do? How can God?
You elected thieves, and they are praying to God to change their heart. It doesn't work that way.
Where in the world? Anyway, Maiyegun, thank you very much. I'm so happy. Thank God for it. And I like this your mic, this new one. It looks like a AK-47. I may continue to shoot them like what this man says. Have a nice day. Thank you.
Enjoy your day off.
Please like this program. Like this program. Yeah, like the program.
Thank you, sir.
Yeah, beg.
Yes, sir.
Thank you.
So thank you very much. Our time is totally up now, but this person, among others who are also calling, that I feel like they've been on the phone for a while and they have to say something before we go tonight. Yes, ma'am. Hello there.
Yeah, Maiyegun.
How
are you
tonight, Sajia?
Yeah, this is Bimbo from Texas.
Bless you, ma'am. Yes, ma'am. This is Maiyegun. You know that already. However, you are also going to be my last caller tonight. So we will get on with it now, please.
All right.
Yes, ma'am.
Yeah. I'm lost on Nnamdi Kanu's situation. Because I thought the guy has already been through the courts and that judgment from the Supreme Court. So what is this trial about?
You know that, right? It's been to the High Court. It's been to the Appeal Court. And guess what? He won in High Court. And the appeal, they did their usual rule in the High Court. In the Appeal Court, he won. He won so greatly, not just like when it's not just a pronouncement. It was, the court said his kidnapping was totally illegal and he must be returned back to Kenya and paid all the fines, right? So that's why people are wondering, like, why is the Supreme Court? Meanwhile, you know what they went to the Supreme Court to do? They went to Supreme Court to say, please, Supreme Court, can you please beg the Appeal Court that we cannot execute that judgment now? We will, but can you tell them to hold on, Papa? They said they should hold on in releasing Nnamdi Kanu. Now, the Supreme Court finally opened the case and returned it back to the lower court again. So yeah, they are up to something, of course.
So it went back to
the High Court
start again,
to go and retry the case of his bail that was revoked. So what they are trying to do now is to say, okay, yeah, the case is just starting afresh now. But since we revoked his last bail, which we shouldn't, Supreme Court says we shouldn't have revoked that. Now we can put a process in place. Now you people should come back again, apply for the bail now, so that we can now process it, okay? And then we can now give him bail. But there's still going to be case. They're just kind of like, they're just like a fooling now, you know?
This is ridiculous because I'm like, why can't you just let him go? Like, it's your Justice Department that is holding this guy, you know? So you have, Tinubu has total control over whether the man is released right now.
Ma'am, I told people, I said, listen, Tinubu has a choice to either inherit Buhari's enemies, okay, both imaginary and physical, or he's had enough on his plate already. You have no fight with the Igbos, I would say. I mean, not the one we can record so far, right? Even if you are behind, right? But there's no physical one like Buhari that said they were dotting a circle. It will wipe them off. So this is no longer your battle. Let him go. Okay, and then
I'm not sure about that.
So he actually has the
I'm not
power to let him go, but some people say it's not as easy as that. You know, like it could provoke some of those guys there. You know, the Fulanis and all that. That is complicated. I'm like,
I don't think so. I'm beginning to think this was his battle, not Buhari. Maybe we were looking at the wrong person. You know, it might be the one, maybe between him and his cohorts, that want the guy to be there, because this is not making sense anymore. You gave Igbo his freedom.
Yeah.
Because if Buhari had been there, you know, Igbo will not. Yeah.
Did you see all these
Igbo couldn't have gone back to Nigeria.
Yes.
If Buhari was there.
Guys, FT,
yeah,
dangerous looking guys that if you come near him, so that simply means that he's at peace. The state, the establishment is at peace with him. All right.
And they committed the same offense, you know. Igbo was fighting for his people.
They were accused of committing.
I mean, in their own book, in their book, they committed the same offense because Igbo was fighting for his people.
I know.
Yeah, and Nnamdi Kanu also was agitating for his people. So, what if you let one go? Why are you holding this guy there?
No,
it's not making sense anymore. So I'm beginning to think maybe it was actually Tinubu's machination that made Buhari kidnap this guy. That's what it's looking like. You know, it's so sad.
I mean, Supreme Court.
This is where we find ourselves.
The Supreme Court could have said, "Listen, we have read through all the judgment and we agree." Man, see, they agree with the appeal court that said he should be let go, right? But they are just like, well, you see, has a case to answer on this issue of treason. Which treason are you talking about?
You can still release him, and he can, he can be coming from home for his case now. Shebi Showe has been confined there for 5 years.
They say it's because Nnamdi Kanu is Igbo, and a lot of us will probably always argue that it's not because he's Igbo, it's not because of this or that. Some people are paying attention more now. You know why, right? You saw that video of that Afar, that cleric that called for the killing of Remy, right?
Heading of
I don't know if you do, by the way, I'll remind you anyway, and others watching us, right? I don't know how many people will remember that Eze Undigbo of Lagos. Oshodi or Olodia Papa or somewhere like that, who said after the election that if the Agberos in Lagos, the APC thugs, continue to attack Igbo traders in Lagos and destroy their businesses, that he was going to invite IPOB to come and provide security for Igbo traders. They picked this man up, right? He's supposed to be a Igwe representative. It's not like Igwe like normal, but you know what they do. When you are people in another place, right?
Representing the group.
You appoint a leader. So, man, they sent this guy to Kirikiri. This man, he was in Kirikiri for about 3 months. Court only granted him bail. He didn't do anything, though. He said, if you continue to attack Igbo traders in Lagos, I will invite IPOB to come and provide security for the Igbo traders. Or more. They arrested him. Another guy, 7 years ago, named his dog Buhari. He's an Igbo man. They arrested this. They spent almost 7 months in jail for naming his dog Buhari. Somebody said, somebody said Remy is an infidel. In fact, the Ogapatapata of infidels. That she must be
and
killed.
He was calling for the people to kill her.
They said he should apologize. He has, by the way. He has apologized. So when we talk about this prejudice against the Igbos, people think the Igbos are only playing victims. The people who don't think that a faulty, mismatched system is actually playing a cold war. Some people think saying Yorubas will not do this, Hausas will not do that, Igbos should do it. They think they are fighting for their own heritage or fighting for their own. You are not. You are only spewing.
Yes, absolutely.
You know, you are only spewing the divisive rhetoric they've put in your head because of the Cold War after the genocide. You get that? Some people say they are just playing victims. What is being playing victims? Yeah, we can see people accused of the same crime and some got punished than the other. And you said, no, it's not real. Like, ma'am.
It's not real, but is Nnamdi Kanu's case not real? If we don't have anything to compare it to now, we can say, okay, yeah, maybe. But we can now compare it to the Yoruba movement and in Igboho. So you're now telling me that there's no prejudice here? One man is working freely, and the other one, you still going to court and all this nonsense.
And for 5 years, there's
it's ridiculous.
Presented. Like, the horrible thing is that they're not interested in prosecuting anybody. They just want to lock them up or kill them. Showore was there for 5 years. They've been pushing him back and forth, right? At the end of the no single evidence was presented against Showore for locking him up and detaining him in Nigeria for almost 5 years. Same thing. If the intention is not to try anybody for anything, they just want you gone, locked away. How could you call that a democracy? It's what I always wonder, ma'am.
I don't understand it. I don't understand it. It's just, Anyway, Maiyegun, I just had to, because I was like, what is going on? What is this trial thing? The court already released this man. And if you're saying it was Buhari's that put him there, now you are there, So you can release him. It's your Justice Department that is holding this man.
That's right. Thank you so much, ma.
Thank you so much, Maiyegun, for what you do.
Thank you, ma'am.
We appreciate you.
Thank you so much as well. I have seen that you've made so much effort to get through, and I was like, I will take this call before I go tonight, or else all that effort will just be like to not. I'm glad that you didn't give it, ma'am. All right?
Thank you.
You have a wonderful
have a good one.
And you too. Thank you so much, everyone.
Bye-bye.
Yes, I feel like we did it. You see, there's no too much complaints, right? Initially, somebody said, Maiyegun, could you move the camera away from the handle of the door? I saw that comment and I acted upon it. I acted on it. Same thing I'll be doing when I read all your comments, even after tonight, okay? I promise you it's just going to get better and better and better. You see, this is going to be so of your favorites that, I don't know how to say that anyway, but you will love it. You will love it when we are done. So thank you so much for all the support, as always. Thank you so much for all the prayers, as always. And thank you so much as well for all the well wishes, which is so great. And thank you. Tonight, we have touched what we believe everybody should be aware of, okay? So if you joined us midway, like you didn't start with us, our advice, please rewatch this. But if you did watch us from the start, okay, and you haven't really liked the broadcast, please do as well before you go. Tomorrow is going to be another day. I am grateful to every one of you who spent your evening with me again tonight. And I look forward to seeing you again next time. Thank you. And you have a wonderful evening. Good night.
Maiyegun làwa mọ̀ làmọ̀ tó dòdòdò. Maiyegun Diary, Maiyegun number one. Maiyegun làwa mọ̀ làmọ̀ tó dòdòdò. Maiyegun Diary, Maiyegun number one. Maiyegun ti dé o, ọ̀rẹ́ ará ìlú. Maiyegun Diary, Maiyegun number one. Lórí Facebook, lórí YouTube. Maiyegun Diary, Maiyegun number one. Gbogbo bó ṣe ń lọ ni Maiyegun já wa sí. Maiyegun Diary, Maiyegun number one. Àṣírí ọ̀jẹ̀lú kì í bò níbẹ̀ o. Maiyegun Diary, Maiyegun number one. Bó bá ṣe eré, àní Maiyegun máa wí. Maiyegun Diary, Maiyegun number one. Ó sì tún ṣe eré, wàá gbọ́ níbẹ̀ o. Maiyegun Diary, Maiyegun number one. Maiyegun Diary, Diary Politico. Maiyegun Diary, Maiyegun number one. Godfatherism, kò sí lọ́rọ̀ Maiyegun. Maiyegun Diary, Maiyegun number one. Ẹ farabalẹ̀ sẹ́ o, kẹgọ́rọ̀ lẹ́nu o. Maiyegun Diary, Maiyegun number one. Àní Maiyegun làwa mọ̀ tó dòdòdò. Maiyegun Diary, Maiyegun number one. àní ẹ̀sùn ràkì.
Maiyegun ti dé. Maiyegun ti dé.
Ọ̀jẹ̀lú ẹ̀sùn ràkì.
Maiyegun ti dé.
Àní ẹ̀sùn ràkì.
Maiyegun ti dé.
Lórí Facebook.
Maiyegun ti dé.
Àní ẹ̀sùn ràkì.
Maiyegun ti dé.
Lórí YouTube.
Maiyegun ti dé.
Àní ẹ̀sùn ràkì.
Maiyegun ti dé.
Bọ́ba bá gbé wúrẹ́.
Maiyegun máa wí.
Àní ẹ̀sùn ràkì.
Maiyegun ti dé.
Ijó ìgbádìyẹ.
Maiyegun máa wí.
Àní ẹ̀sùn ràkì.
Maiyegun ti dé.
Pẹ̀sìdó bá rúfin o.
Maiyegun máa wí.
Àní ẹ̀sùn ràkì.
Maiyegun ti dé.
Kí gómìnà kówó jẹ.
Maiyegun máa wí.
Àní ẹ̀sùn ràkì.
Maiyegun ti dé.
Ọlọ́pàá tí ń darí bá.
Maiyegun máa wí.
Àní ẹ̀sùn ràkì.
Maiyegun ti dé.
Aṣòfin tí ń rúfin o.
Maiyegun máa wí.
Àní ẹ̀sùn ràkì.
Maiyegun ti dé.
Òpùrọ́ olóṣèlú.
Maiyegun máa wí.
Àní ẹ̀sùn ràkì.
Maiyegun ti dé.
Ọ̀jẹ̀lú ẹ̀sùn ràkì.
Maiyegun ti dé.
Àní ẹ̀sùn ràkì.
Maiyegun ti dé.
Maiyegun ti dé. Gbogbo ọ̀jẹ̀lú ẹ̀sùn ràkì. Maiyegun ti dé. Gbogbo ọ̀jẹ̀lú ẹ̀sùn ràkì. Ṣùgbọ́n ní bá ti ṣe èyí tó yẹ kí wọ́n ṣe, ọmọ bá dèrò ní fi wọ́n níran o.
Maiyegun ti dé. Gbogbo ọ̀jẹ̀lú ẹ̀sùn ràkì. Maiyegun ti dé. Gbogbo ọ̀jẹ̀lú ẹ̀sùn ràkì. Ṣùgbọ́n ní bá ti ṣe èyí tó yẹ kí wọ́n ṣe, ọmọ bá dèrò ní fi wọ́n níran.
Wọ́n fowó bẹ́ẹ̀ o. Maiyegun ó sọ pé wọ́n ò bẹ́ẹ̀. Wọ́n fowó bẹ́ẹ̀. Maiyegun ó sọ pé wọ́n ò bẹ́ẹ̀. Oníkanṣá ti ṣe èyí tó yẹ kí wọ́n ṣe fáwọn ará ìlú tó gbé wọn débẹ̀ o.
Maiyegun ti dé. Gbogbo ọ̀jẹ̀lú ẹ̀sùn ràkì. Maiyegun ti dé. Gbogbo ọ̀jẹ̀lú ẹ̀sùn ràkì. Ṣùgbọ́n ní bá ti ṣe yìí tó yẹ kí wọ́n ṣe, ọmọ bá dẹ́rọ̀ ò ní fi wọ́n níran.
Kì máa yí ṣe eré, ọ̀rọ̀ yìí kì í ṣe ẹ̀fẹ̀. Kì máa yí ṣe eré, ọ̀rọ̀ yìí kì í ṣe ẹ̀fẹ̀. Ẹni bá ti lè lẹ́bọ̀ lẹ́rù o, ọmọ bá dèrò kàṣàyè tú wọn síta.
Maiyegun ti dé. Gbogbo ọ̀jẹ̀lú ẹ̀sùn ràkì. Maiyegun ti dé. Gbogbo ọ̀jẹ̀lú ẹ̀sùn ràkì. Ṣùgbọ́n ní bá ti ṣe yìí tó yẹ kí wọ́n ṣe, ọmọ bá dẹ́rọ̀ ò ní fi wọ́n níran.
Tẹnitẹni ọmọ Maiyegun ọ̀rẹ́ ara ìlú mọ̀mọ́ ni mo fọlọ́hún sọ ẹ̀ bá kìlẹ́bù. Lóòótọ́ olódodo ìlú ọ̀tá ìlú mọ̀mọ́ ni ìwọ ṣá máa ń ṣọ́ra kò sì mọ́ bẹ̀rù. Bọ́tà ń lè rí bóníṣègùn lé káwọn mọ̀mọ́ fi ṣera wọn ni ó ti dẹrùn tí wọn ò gbọ́dọ̀ sì mọ́ bẹ̀. Èèpo ọ̀gọ̀ lọmọ bá dérò tàjẹ́ ò gbọ́dọ̀ jẹ́, ó ti jọba lórí àbínú ẹni kò sì mọ́ bùyà. Àìsíwọ́lu ní ẹnìkẹ́ ìgbódì ẹyin lábàrá o, ó kó ẹni tó bá dán wò á kàmù. Maiyegun ti dé. Gbogbo ọ̀jẹ̀lú ẹ̀sùn ràkì. Maiyegun ti dé. Gbogbo ọ̀jẹ̀lú ẹ̀sùn ràkì o. Ẹni bá ti ṣe yìí tó yẹ kí wọ́n ṣe, ọmọ bá dèrò òní fi wọ́n níran o.
Maiyegun ti dé. Gbogbo ọ̀jẹ̀lú ẹ̀sùn ràkì. Maiyegun ti dé. Gbogbo ọ̀jẹ̀lú ẹ̀sùn ràkì. Ṣùgbọ́n ní bá ti ṣe yìí tó yẹ kí wọ́n ṣe, ọmọ bá dẹ́rọ̀ ò ní fi wọ́n níran.